Oh, we're good.
We're live.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's it. My work's done. See you all later.
Hold on. There we go. Just forgot to do my background. Yeah, okay. We are back. We're here. The game exists. It didn't die.
We've been a while.
It has been a minute. So yeah. What does Midge do for the intro again? It's been so long.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Component Cast. This is Zweihander, the Great Schism, and Roach. Where can they get the Zweihander playbook?
At stores.
Yeah, this sounds professional as hell.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google it. Yeah.
Yeah. Google
Might
it.
see some
Google it.
swords. Scroll past those.
Yeah.
Actually, one good thing to announce is that we're like less than, I think, 10 days away from the new Zweihander starter set that comes with some revised rules and it's a full box set comes out. Like it's which I think is only like $50 or $60. Like it's actually worth it. It contains a lot of stuff inside the box.
Is this the new edition? The new edition?
It's not a new edition. It's a rewrite of a lot of the rules to make them clearer and more concise and stuff like that.
That's a new edition, right? Like that's what an edition is.
It's
for.
a 1.5.
I guess it'd be a 0.5.
Okay. All right,
yeah, it'd be a 0.5. Yeah, because none of the mechanics necessarily shifted too much.
I saw there was like a redo of the art style. Looks really pretty. It's very almost kind of like horror-esque almost. I think
they're moving away from the Warhammer aesthetic and more towards their own kind of horror aesthetic, which I think works.
Sort of Germanic kind of far. Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's very trendy right now too. I'm a big fan of like the A24 horror movies. A lot of folklore.
It kind of looks a bit like Darkest Dungeon.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's coming out soon. Blackbird's the game that I did have an intro.
You're obsessed. You're obsessed with that game. Absolutely obsessed.
It's the one book. It's the one book of this series of games I don't own. That came out. Flames of Freedom exists as well. That's another game in this this style. That one's pretty cool. Yeah, but buy non-D&D RPGs. Like, to try things. Expand your horizons.
Come on, Dungeons and Dragons hobbyists.
No, please, no, Discord, no.
Stop.
No, not the drama. No, please.
So, yeah, we did things out of order because normally that's when we cut to the intro, but we started with that. So we're just going into the game now.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little zoomies going for a little while.
I unfortunately have to add in some bad news for myself. I did my professionalisms. Guess what I didn't do all those weeks ago?
Everything else.
You have had a month, so it is.
Save it. I did it.
Oh.
And I've just discovered. I've just opened the document now. It's just opened up, and I didn't save it.
Oh.
And
well,
I did it. And I'm like, oh, what?
Well, hey, that's now you've got time during the game. so that happens more than I would expect, actually, with this. A couple of people have lost it to not saving. So yeah, Zweihander, the Great Schism. Last we left off, the group leveled up. Well, they did the equivalent. They went up a tier in professions. So they are no longer just at their starting professions, they're in the intermediate tier. So everybody got some new stuff. They spent some XP, all of that. So they've changed a little bit. No, we're not going to go over it right now. That'll come organically throughout the game, throughout the session, I'm hoping. So we'll go over it then. But to kind of cap off what happened, you all essentially, at least to your site, completed your quests that you were kind of given or expected to complete by Benjamin for his help to actually go forward and aid you in getting to St. Talo, your original destination. when you were ambushed those in the game days ago, but in our perspective, almost 6 months ago, or however long this game's been going on for.
17 years.
Time.
Yeah, it feels like forever.
halfway through the very first starting quest. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
We
that was
finished
when
the
we
starting
did.
quest.
That's when we did Sleeping Giants. 1 year in, finished the first quest.
Yep.
No.
But yeah, so we ended off with you having some time to pick things up around the town if you needed from the local stores, getting situated because in the morning, Benjamin was ready to set out and help you all, guide you through the forest to the north to get on the other side so you're no longer stuck here with the final goal of reaching the local lord that controls the land in this area, who's not currently here, to get him to send some replacements for the sheriff and his deputies, and to also get maybe somebody down here to rebuild the bridge over the Red Pike River.
To do his job, basically. His part
Yeah.
of the feudal contract.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't know anything bad's happened because the party that was sent north got ambushed by rats, and one of them survived, the blacksmith. So which you rescued, kind of like he showed up. You didn't actually see him.
Everyone was poisoned.
Yeah, through a Rube Goldberg-esque chain of events, you succeeded in defeating the rebellion that was causing so much trouble around here, but also did set about a revolutionary by indicating an advisor that he has some power in the society, and it kind of went to his head and he killed the king, and then made himself king for life. So
Wait, I'm confused. There are
Sick.
consequences to our actions.
yeah, no, it's I try and make that a point in every game we play.
But in the
nobody
consequences
seems-
of my own actions.
It doesn't seem to sink in anytime, though. It's a funny thing.
We never learn, you know.
I would like to point out I had no involvement.
I also had
in
nothing to do with this.
education of that society.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with this.
No. It's everybody's at fault in some way.
Probably, but
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, I was just along for the ride.
I wasn't even
And
there,
Entire time.
The only person who isn't here. They're
physically or mentally.
Yep.
yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
that's where we
obviously,
left
we just-
off. That's where we left off last session, with you getting things together and getting ready to continue your journey, as you've been stuck here for a while. So, what would you all like to do? You've got about a day. If you'd like to get things together, or if you think you're good enough, we can just skip. Like, it's up to you.
Depends how
If
many
I
pieces of
remember
trash are there
correctly-
around.
What was that, Red?
If I remember correctly, Ashen snuck out the inn. They were headed towards the little temple area where all the statues of the gods were.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to go and have a little pray because a whole lot of shit went down.
Yeah, that's one way of describing it. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, and I need to remember all the character names. It's been a while.
It has been.
It's been a
time.
minute. It's been a minute. It doesn't help that some people here have not labeled their character sheets. There's one. Discourse or Trash Man, as your character sheet indicates.
I didn't have a name when I made the sheet. I didn't have a name yet. Okay, I had to be creative and imaginative. Jeez.
Yeah.
I went with the concept and then I named him after.
Yeah, no, I get it. Kluft, there we go. I remembered. Kluft, yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's Kluft doing?
Hanging out.
Just hanging out? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have any. What's everyone else doing?
I'm trying to think of what kind of supplies that I could get for my role as party apothecary.
Well, there's like a grocer nearby that sells like just general food. You've got a kind of like a general goods shop that has a couple of things here and there, but it's not a lot.
This is the town that we were based out of, like in the.
Yeah, this is just low.
This was the crappy,
This is just anything you might want before you head out because you are going to be traversing.
I'm just ready to. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get some food for the journey. Like, how long was the journey?
We're looking at. Let's check here. I made this in universe, so I don't have a scale on it, but I do remember off the top of my head. I did create the universe. You're looking at, depending on road conditions and pace, at least to the nearest town to the north on the road, just over the river crossing on the Torrings, you're probably looking at maybe 2 to 3 days, like on foot.
Yeah, I'll get 4 days worth of food supplies just to give me that extra day, just in case.
Okay, hold on a second.
Are there any particularly interesting cobblestones in the town? This is of great import.
Great import. Go ahead and make an awareness check. For
Field, 89.
Yeah. No, not particularly. You've been in here. You've been in this town for a while. It also doesn't have a lot of cobblestones. It's mostly just a center square that's cobbled.
Okay.
So
I think what I'll do then is I'm gonna go for an aggressive loiter. I'm gonna loiter outside the back of the tavern and have a smell.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may do so.
and smell the food that's cooking, belly rumbling. Just settle down and have a good evening.
You have been provided a room and food for free because of your.
I'm in the mood for a good smell.
Okay,
Really?
just pointing it
Yeah.
out. Okay, Jeska.
Not one to give up airs, you know.
Fair. I don't know. Jessica's probably somewhere near the blacksmiths, I suppose. That'd be like the one thing that would interest her in this town.
Yeah, no, the blacksmith, after he gets his fill of probably like 2 or 3 persons worth of food, goes and checks out his smithy, which has been left in the care of his apprentice.
They haven't burned it down yet.
No, it looks to have been functioning pretty well. He, like, checks up what's going on, orders and stuff like that. Like, they're just easing in. They're not doing like any major projects. There's a couple of like horseshoes the apprentice was working on at that point in time, but really nothing big. A couple of nail orders need to be done. That kind of stuff.
That's a damn good apprentice. I have been to jobs where they've left the apprentices in charge, even just for a couple of days, and it
just burns the whole place down.
It depends. It depends. Yeah, but no, he's there. I don't think you've ever actually been to the blacksmith because none of you actually wanted to deal with the apprentice. So
yeah, because like we wanted to go there to get like weapons restored, but we were like, no, we don't need a blacksmith for this. So, the apprentice was all right.
Yeah, no, it's a moderately sized smithy. It's got like kind of a the main building where they actually store their finished goods, and their main shop is actually enclosed. It's got a little storefront and everything, but in the back there's an overhang roof that covers the actual work area, but it's mostly open to the air. Kind of
gotta keep it ventilated, because the forge is hot.
Yeah, and it looks to be well maintained. But working forge looks somewhat modern. It's well cared for. It's definitely a rural forge, but it's well cared for
Mostly used for nails, horseshoes, and other fixings and fittings, I assume.
It is wartime, so they do get orders from like the local lord to like contribute to provide things. So things like they do weapons, and they have done them. You can definitely see a couple in the shop, like just a couple like for sale, but not like warfare weapons. There's like a long dagger that looks like it could function also as like something for eating, and like if you're hunting or something, like a hunter's dagger kind of thing. There's like You actually no, you would be familiar with it. There's it's kind of in fashion in the area for called like a citizen sword, which is like it's like almost like a light machete, but and then you kind of like it hangs from like a baldric on the body, but it's not a full sword, and it kind of just like it's functional, but it's also a fashion statement kind of thing. They have a couple.
Can
of those.
slice, but also is mostly for looks.
Yeah, so it's got like a little embroidery on the leather sheath, and it's got a little some designs like weaved into the pommels, like grip kind of thing. Like
She kind of looks at it
nice.
It looks nice, so she appreciates the artistry.
Yeah, but other than that, it's like they got axes, but like wood splitting axes.
Yeah.
Like
Not people splitting, wood splitting.
yeah. So things that could function as a weapon, but nothing. but not a lot of stuff made for like combat. Let's say. So
She's gonna go up to the blacksmith and say, "Hey, just a quick question. Would you mind taking a look at my sword? It's been a while since I've had it get a good look over, and I've been keeping it sharp, but it's got a lot of use recently."
Bit
Sure,
of dead
if what-
Skaven tail
if what
wrapped around it.
if what I've heard, what you've done for the town is true, I'll take a look at it. We'll get it sharpened up on the house.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't going to encroach, but if you're willing to, and she unclips it from her belt and hands him the scabbard.
Yeah. No.
So,
If you stick around for a little bit, just like kind of hang out, wait for it. You can see him like take it out back and everything. They get a whetstone going.
yeah, she's
like
gonna watch because she likes this sort of stuff.
Grindstone.
Interesting to her.
They hone the edge back. There's a couple of kinks here and there. Yeah, there's a couple of kinks here and there. They even those out and put the edge back on it. So
It's not a bad made sword. It's just needs some maintenance.
It works. So while that's going on, Drakel, what are you up to?
Not much.
Not much. Just enjoying the free food
What are you up to?
and room.
There's not much here for Drakel to do.
Yeah. So just enjoying like the free stuff.
Relaxing,
and
picking
just
a few stones off the floor for his slaying, taking it in the hustle and bustle of a village in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Of a dead town, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Going.
Yeah, no.
Weren't we going to a city once?
Yeah, eventually.
Why did you try to
ago.
get why did you try to get like the local mayor into a scheme like crypto or something? Try and convince him.
You see,
Because
no.
I am a
Drakel
con man.
doesn't-
I am
Yeah,
not a criminal.
He believes in good cons, not bad cons.
That's fair.
So, yeah. Pyramid schemes? That's
That's just
low
that's
even
just
for
wrong.
me.
Okay, that's just
Yeah,
wrong. No,
yeah.
I want you to actually want to give me the thing to the point where you hand it over willingly, and it's not until later you go, "Oh,
The
that
bastard."
sly bastard."
Yeah, and it's not even.
I'm
like
even
you
impressed
smile.
by that.
Yeah, you smile when you say it. When you get into crypto, you just cry.
Yeah. So
They check out all the gold coins in the wheelbarrow and then they kind of fill it a little bit. They're melting
Well,
in
no,
the sun.
they take all the gold coins out in the wheelbarrow and then get outside and go, "Wait a minute, this is all in my imagination.
so
I've got nothing!"
So Drakel, you spending most of because you got about a day. Are you spending it most outside, or are you just like relaxing inside of the
I'm
tavern?
just chilling
and,
out, relaxing in the tavern, enjoying a little beverage of disgusting beer and stale bread, and wondering
the food is actually
wondering what god I actually insulted to get cursed this way.
Yes.
Yeah, the food is the level's a bit better. It's not like stale bread or anything like that. Like you're getting a cooked meal, some snacking kind of food here and there, and like the beers. It's not great, but it's there. But okay. So yeah, all of you spend the various day like that, like kind of just doing your tasks that you want to get done in the town, knowing that in the morning you will be setting off. The night comes, you all have a room as has been provided, comped by Benjamin. So there is no charge.
I
Yep.
forgot. Can I pick up 7 more arrows, please?
Sure. For the
How
same.
much are they?
It was for the same price, if I remember correctly, as before. I'm just checking. Second.
I was hoping for a hero discount.
I'm just trying to get the actual price first, and then I'll roll for it. Okay. 7 arrows. Yeah, they'll only charge you about 3 copper for that to give you kind of like a discount on it.
Thank you, DM.
Okay. But yeah, you all head in for the night and then wake up in the morning. And in the morning, you are greeted by the familiar figure of Benjamin, the local sheriff, in the main hall, eating kind of like a hearty breakfast. The tavern keeper, she serves all of you the same breakfast. It's things like, you know, it's good like bacon, like tough cheese, that kind of stuff, like stuff that'll stick to your ribs, kind of food. And yeah. Hold on a second. I need to be reacquainted with everything going on inside of my story because it's been so long. Oh, and there's Mitch.
And there goes all my cameras. There goes all my cameras.
Hi, friends.
It's the man, the myth, the meme.
The Modge Man.
The Modge.
The Midge. The man whose kneecaps are forfeit.
Huh? No, I like those.
You can't have them, sorry.
Yeah, you got actually a very significant discount for those arrows, by the way, Ashen, because they're normally 1 silver a piece, but the local shop owner did hear what you did, so you got cost of materials essentially.
I was looking into like making arrows for no particular reason, but and it's like a very involved process. There's like so much work and effort that goes into making like fletching a single arrow. Like the amount of industrial skill work that is required by 2 men to like just sit and construct these things. No wonder guns took over. It's so much easier to make bullets.
Yes,
it really
guns famous for being easy to make.
No, but like compared to like the amount of effort that is required to make arrows is absolutely absurd. You know,
I
like on
suppose
a
it's the
industrial
opposite
scale.
because the ammunition for guns is easier to make.
Yeah.
The gun itself is hard, but bows are quite easy to make, but arrows are hard.
Yeah, arrows are like super tough. Just the amount
I could
of
knock out
level
like an
and
actual hunting strength bow from PVC in like a day if I really wanted to.
Tell that
It's
the huntsman in the
inefficient.
Kingswood. All right, just made you got some PVC, sort of easy peasy.
It's, from a logistics standpoint, it's incredibly inefficient.
Yeah, arrows are tough. Arrows are tough. Spends a lot of time making them.
So, yeah, Benjamin greets you, and as you're eating, so you're all wanting to head up to Saint Telo ultimately. Well, I'll get you through the forest. We'll take a stop on the other side of the river, talk to the Lord, and then you get your pay, and then you can be on your way. And hopefully, we'll also try and arrange you some mounts or a cart.
Thanks, Benjamin.
I mutter under my breath, oh, finally getting paid.
We've been getting paid.
We have.
Getting paid in services, which is a thing in this
paid
game.
in memes.
Exposure.
I mean, we're pretty much we're barely past a bart economy of society. It's we kind of are being paid.
So yeah, once you get done come and meet me. We don't really have a lot of horses or anything to ride, so we're going on foot. So we'll be a few days. So be ready. And he gets up and heads out, tossing a silver at Deanna before he goes, and then heads out.
I follow.
Okay. Is everybody good to go with the things they need?
Yep.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
second. Okay, I'm good now. All right, let's do it.
All right. All right. So yeah, outside you see Benjamin is dressed a little differently than what you've seen before. He has like a traveling cloak on and an actual like pack that he's got on his back. He doesn't look like he's traveling light enough that he's not going to be slowed down because he does only have one leg. That he does have a prosthetic. He doesn't have a wooden foot, but he looks limber enough. Shouldn't slow anyone down. And if you follow him, or if you indicate you're ready to go and follow, you start on your way out the village to the north.
The wolves aren't going to get us, are they?
I'm hoping what you did makes that less likely. If we stick to the paths, stay to the safe points, we should be okay.
Are we going to be going through any farmland?
It used to be.
But they're gone now, the farmers.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. Okay.
From
That
the
was
war.
close.
Yeah, this place used to be a lot better settled. And there's you'll see as we'll pass by the main path. If you know where you're going, you'll pass by the old fort, even. It used to be a lot here.
Is it haunted?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Old forts are always haunted.
I honestly didn't think of things like ghosts to actually exist, but apparently.
No, they are. There's giant feet men in haunted castles.
I'm gonna just
Right.
like sort of describe the location of where the rat settlement was, and just make sure that palisade that they've built their city in isn't this fort that he's talking about.
No, it's like the complete opposite
Good.
area.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. Otherwise, we were about to end up back at the Ratkin again, which I don't think would be wise for us.
The quests are a flat circle. Just right back into it.
You mean like the planet? What?
You're not a flat. God damn it. Newton is not a flat earther. So,
Too clever for that, Newton.
Damn it, you're appealing to my sensibilities.
yeah, but yeah. So as you start traveling, it doesn't take you long to exit like the main clearing that Lowhill seems to be situated in before you enter the forest. You've traveled through the forest a couple of times, doing the various quests around here over the last week and a half. It doesn't seem as ominous as it did before. It's just like that ominous kind of overbearing feeling that you had before is definitely lessened since you got back into town. There are birds chirping. It's early morning. The weather is not bad, a little chilly, but it's not super bad. And you just start walking. So,
I keep an eye out for farms.
farm side. Oh, okay.
They're pitchfork weddings.
Can I just keep a close eye out for danger?
Sure.
Hiding around every tree. Fellows with pitchforks ready to make you marry things.
Okay, that was a perfectly symmetrical 2 rolls. I rolled a 2 and a 20. So I look at this and just swap those between. Okay. So. All right. As you go, You actually do fairly soon after traveling do encounter what looks to be the remnants of the old settlements of the area. Main road twists and turns around natural changes in the terrain, and soon you see old gates and the odd sections of low stone walls to kind of tell you the past of farm fields and activity. Even a random overgrown hut a little further in the distance, some farm fields that have been kind of taken over by yearling trees and that kind of thing. Definitely been maybe a decade or so before these were cleared, so you're starting to get some like actual full trees, but you can still see random bits and pieces. In fact, anybody who wants to look around whilst they're walking can make an awareness check.
I'm gonna try and get past this as fast as possible, give a shudder and walk on.
I got a 94. I see nothing.
Yeah, I'm blind as a bat as well. 88.
I literally just passed. I needed 61. I got 60.
Awesome. Yeah, no, you can definitely tell that maybe this wasn't a village. This is just a collection of farms here and there. You can even see in one of the like slightly clearer fields, a tree has grown in between and out of a plow. So it's like in between, like the spokes of a plow is grown out, maybe only a few years old. So definitely looks like people just kind of like abandoned this place, fleeing the war. Not a lot of signs of combat or anything. It's not like deeper in the forest on the other side of Lowhill where you did find like, old battlefields and that kind of thing. This is more like just an abandoned area people used to live in. And you can also tell that by the road, because although it is not very well kept, it definitely did used to be. There are bits and pieces of cobbles here and there. It probably at one point was paved, or at least close enough to paved, but it has been allowed to languish and disrepair for a while. But yeah, with a 20... On the first day of travel, you don't encounter much in terms of anything interesting. Just a fairly normal forest kind of feeling. There's just birds, maybe an odd deer out in the distance. The weather holds. And then eventually towards the kind of late afternoon, Benjamin points out a clearing and sets up a campsite with any of your help that provide it.
I help.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just getting everything together. He has a little like pup tent that he had in his pack, so he just kind of he cuts out some like poles from like a local tree or like branch. So he just had the canvas. But gets all that set up. The night comes, and who is staying on watch, or what is the watch order?
I'll take first watch, and if Kluft wants to learn more stars, then Ashen will teach Kluft more stars.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not used to looking up.
I'll take watch after.
Would I
Second
also
watch?
be able to help them learn stars? Because I now have.
I'm going to say no due to the fact that the last time you spoke to people.
Astronomy as a learned law.
You're gonna be like, putting your actually, I believe you'll find that's not the Big Dipper.
No, it'll be one of those things of I just doing the Latin like.
I'm going to say no because the last time you spoke to people about anything, you ended up destroying an entire civilization.
No. Reorganizing one. Look. We all know that every now and then a change of government can do a nation good. Sometimes the dictator is what you need.
That's not what the king says. King not a friend.
I thought you didn't like kings.
Well, I have no opinion on kings whatsoever.
Kluft is apolitical.
I'm a centrist. I stay in the center of the streets.
God, you're the worst.
Who wants to?
At least
who wants
have
to
a bad opinion.
who wants to take? Actually, no. Benjamin will take third watch because he's a morning person. He's old, so
I'll
he
take
gets up
third
really early.
As well. I'll be with him as well.
I will not be taking any watches.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just hold on a second. So first watch roll awareness.
Are we distracted because we're learning stars?
Ashen's got
no.
multiple things that help.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
distracted. I rolled a 98.
Oh wow, yeah.
Right, I have something called situational awareness now with my new job that says if I roll utter shit on a roll, I can re-roll it
All right then.
on stealth or awareness.
Okay, that works out then.
That's better. 38. I needed 61.
Great. Yeah, no, throughout the first watch, it's fairly quiet. It's the sound of the forest at night, so random animal calls here and there, that kind of thing. Fairly quiet. Second watch, go ahead and roll awareness.
Blind is about 83.
83. Yeah, you go through your watch, don't notice anything as you're watching, just kind of a quiet night. It's the middle of the night, so it's getting towards the darkest period. Everything's starting to kind of calm down, even the animals in the forest, and just kind of illuminated by the slowly like waning fire in the center of the camp. And third watch, so that'd be Jeska and Benjamin. So Benjamin's awareness
Oh,
is
nice.
a 12.
It's a 37, which is a success by 7, I believe. Great.
Cool.
A success by 8,
Okay.
just to clarify, because that might be important.
Yeah, no, for the most part, you wake up, it's like getting towards the later part of the night, early morning. You do hear some things like moving in the underbrush a little ways away, but you're unsure as to its origin or what it is specifically. Just some things rustling around in the brush. Benjamin doesn't seem to pay no mind to it, though.
I give Benjamin a sharp elbow and point at the bush.
It's just you don't see it.
No.
He rolled
you.
He rolled a 12. So yeah.
Fair.
No, just some deer. And he like points it out, and as you kind of like focus into it, you can see a couple of like some.
Oh, there's the horns. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see like just like with some backdrop of light, you can see like a little small. What is a group of deer? Is a group of deer just a herd? Is that
Yeah, a herd of deer,
description? Yeah, just a small herd of deer. A couple of them moving across the road a little ways away from you. And the morning comes. The fire is restoked. Some coffee is put on, as Benjamin has some to brew in a little kettle that he brought.
Nice.
Do you have any mushrooms?
No. Why? What?
Oh, I was going to take mushrooms. Sometimes they have a calming effect upon me.
All right.
The last
I'm not
fellow
one to
had
judge.
mushrooms.
I'm not one to judge.
You don't get
All
them
right.
in the city. Except for the ones that grow out of the,
You don't get the good
Sewer.
ones in the city.
Well, you get good ones in the sewer, but they're all owned by Big Tail.
All right. So, I don't know how to talk to you.
Neither do we.
I'm slowly figuring it out.
All right. Good. Good. I'm getting the sense that you all don't know each other that well.
We're best friends.
Oh.
They're my gang.
Like
I
looks
just
around.
met you all a few days ago.
All right. Okay.
Feels like it's been 24 years.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Passes around cups. Y'all can have a cup of coffee if you want. There's some breakfast and just some like sausage that is cooked on the fire, and everything is kind of rolled up, ready to go. Within like an hour or two of waking, like Benjamin's maybe old, but he's pretty spry in the morning, and he's wanting to get going pretty quick. So, yeah, he is the one taking the lead here, so he gets all the rolls. Let's see what happens.
I can't drink any coffee because otherwise I'll be up all night.
It's all right. All right. Yep. I'm not going to question that.
Anytime after 8 a.m. I just can't drink it.
Wow. All right. And sets off with all the rest of you. The road is much like as it was before. The forest, definitely as you get further in, like you can see the road gets less and less cared for. Now it's mostly dirt. There's even some overgrowth here and there on the edges of like moss and grass is kind of encroaching on it. Normally people are traveling it a bit more, so it's been a bit, so things are kind of overgrown. We'll have to look at that on the way back. Have some more manpower to kind of clear the road a bit. But we should be 2 days. 2 days we'll be on the Torrings. And be out of the forest. As he walks. Anybody can make an awareness.
Keep an ear and an eye out again.
Yeah. If you'd like to make an awareness check, you may.
I just rolled a 9. So I succeeded.
14.
I rolled an exact success.
I succeeded.
I
by
rolled
one.
a critical success. I got an 11.
24.
Very nice.
97.
Look at these legends.
No eyes. Well, you only have one eye, so fair enough.
Well, Kluft has already said they were looking for cobblestones, and that this road is partially cobbled.
Are you sure
Yeah,
Cliff
it's
wasn't
fair.
looking up at the sky going, where did the stars go?
That's
think
also a fair point.
I think I'm just finally relaxed because there's no chance of any farmers catching me here in amongst ruins. You know, it's not where farmers live. So it's pretty good.
They don't live in ruins. They live
No, that's not their
Fair.
natural habitat.
No, it's not.
Like
What's
Pokemon,
CR
farmers
as
are
a
only found
farmer?
on like Route 101.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Natural habitat of farmers is in the fields and the local cafe. Like at local cafe before 8:30 in the morning. After that, though, it kind of like
Yes.
dies out
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
They always sit at the
'Cause
same table as well, so if you just
Yeah.
go to the back and avoid the door sometimes, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You can
it
also smell
smells.
them.
It just smells of strong coffee.
Yeah.
No matter what they're drinking, that's all. That's what it smells of. So, yeah. So the critical success, you notice, it gets towards about midday, and you can see the sky gets. It was clear, a little overcast, but now it's starting to get a little darker. The clouds are starting to roll in. Your steadied eye, especially you, Ashen, you probably said maybe you got maybe a storm rolling in the next like within 12 hours. It's not like apocalyptic, but it does look like it'll be a pretty bad one, especially off in the distance.
We might want to find a slightly better shelter for tonight, unless you all want to sleep in the wet.
It's a nightmare getting my fur dry.
Oh boy, water.
I can imagine.
The hair doesn't help.
Yeah, no, that is true. You have two different types of
She has the hair on her head and the fur on her legs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
We should. We might be able to find a good place, depending on our pace today. So what he's going to do is he's going to increase
Gotta-
the pace.
I can't get caught in the water. I'll lose a lot of valuable dirt. Ugh.
You'll also get faster because you'll shed like 20 pounds.
Yeah, just
What's
like
the alternative, more valuable mud?
Mud's not valuable. Everybody knows that.
Starts melting.
But mud's worthless. It has no value at all.
Kluft isn't the Wicked Witch of the West. Just, you know.
So
the wicked meme of the east.
He's going to increase the pace, or try to. So everybody needs to roll an athletics check.
Ooh.
Tell me if you
Athletics?
pass or succeed. Yes.
All right. That's a pass.
That's
That is
a fail.
a 42 out of a 58.
Failure.
I rolled 58. It's a fail.
Okay.
Oh, yes. 20.
Fail.
The old man succeeds. Yay!
Yes, this old man still has it in him.
Yeah. Limber for an old fella.
All right. Who was the last one that didn't? Oh,
Rival, I think.
Yep. Give him a minute. He's streaming.
Yes. He's trying to do things. Hey, listen, we're holding. We appreciate it, bro. We really do. We thank you for it.
Yeah.
I do massively.
What's the one we're looking for again?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Underbrawn.
Yep.
That's success.
Cool. Okay. So 3 and 3, and then Benjamin makes his check. Okay.
I am willing to spend a point
Oh.
if necessary.
I don't know if you can force someone else that is an NPC to with one of your points. I don't know if
Or
that's a
I
mechanic.
could, or one of us who failed could.
Oh, you could. Yeah, because right now it's 4 failures to 3 successes. So there's
All
more.
right.
There's
Who
one.
has the highest athletics of everyone here?
I have 42.
For 30-odd%, so not me.
What? 40?
You've already succeeded. You don't need to worry
Yeah,
about it,
cool,
Utari.
Yeah.
Looks like it's
So
between
42 for red.
Kluft and Ashen. I think Kluft because you
What's
said
your
30,
score?
43.
Yeah.
So you have 1 more point than Ashen.
Hell yeah.
Roll
If
the
you wanna-
bones.
If you want to spend it, you may.
Sorry, do you want me to re-roll?
Yeah, if you want to spend a point to reroll, because right now you would fail increasing the pace, which means you might not get any like decent shelter. Because it seems Benjamin wants to get you to some shelter before
Okay.
the
Do we
wet
want to spend a
sets-
point then? Okay,
I don't think
re-roll.
I don't think we want to like stay out in the
Oh,
wet,
I got a
in the
28.
cold.
No, 20? Okay,
I
cool. So
passed.
4 successes. So, yeah. With a group effort, kind of aiding people that are a little bit less adept at hiking from individuals who are, or just
I only have little legs in my defense.
yeah. And Kluft is also incredibly scared of getting wet, so that increases your pace quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have goat legs. I am speed.
Yeah, and also yeah, Jeska has
Your
like twice
speed
the
on a
normal speed.
mountain.
I'm
No,
I'm currently Gimli at the beginning of Two Hat Towers. It's just I'm not built for long distance.
Dwarves are natural sprinters.
All right. So yeah, with that, you're able to increase your pace, thus shortening your overall time necessary for the trip. And it seems Benjamin had set on you getting towards you, which you can see in the distance, a slight clearing. And on the western edge of the clearing, you see sitting on a low hill, might have something to do with the local town's name, who knows, stands an old crumbling fort made from timber and stone, mostly stone with timber reinforcement. the beginnings of the cold wind from this storm kind of roll through, and you can hear it whistling a little bit through the outer walls as the mortar has long since rotted away. But Benjamin points it out. That used to be the local garrison fort. It's probably still got some roofs that are good enough, or at least we can string a tarp across some of the walls, and we could stay there. That, and it's on a hill, so no chance of getting flooded out.
It's also safer than the forest in a storm.
We should
Right.
probably go in there and check beforehand, though. We don't want to go in there and find we're sharing our bed with some beasties.
I can
All right.
have a scout in.
I'll go with you. Just in case.
All right. And yeah, what you can see, I'm just getting my reference map up.
The reference map of the reference map.
As you get closer, you can definitely see this is a bit bigger than you thought. It is a, like, how would I describe it? Like on the edge of being almost a castle in terms of its size. Like this has some pretty tall, thick walls. But it's definitely went through something because a lot of the structure is damaged. There doesn't seem to be a breach in the wall until you kind of, as you're going around the exterior to kind of like check around it. You do see a breach in one whole side of the wall, like it had been broken down, and like one of the watchtowers on the corner is like half collapsed. This definitely, and you can see the keep on the inside has also gone through some damage. But it's definitely larger than you would have thought. But this was probably like a main military like defensive fort at one point, but has been kind of left to essentially just crumble, to waste away. As a lot. Actually, I would say. Jeska, you can make a warfare check?
Warfare. Yeah.
You can make a warfare check.
No, it's a 94.
Okay. Yeah, no, it looks like it was just abandoned for some reason. Like it was not rebuilt. You're not exactly sure. It fairly damaged, but
Cool.
You can't be certain. The main gate, as you kind of like you finish your perimeter check and then go to the main gate, is closed, and it is a standard like portcullis. Like it is timbers reinforced with steel plate. Like it's still buried in the ground, and if you kind of like do the thing where you kind of like check up into the well where it's supposed to go up into, you can see the mechanism that used to raise and lower it has been cut. So this is kind of like stuck down.
Can we see another way in?
There is the
breach.
breach that you saw.
Breach it is then.
Breach.
So you go around. There's also a old farmhouse that's also half damaged near the breach. Maybe it was just a local, but it's also been left to kind of rot away. But as you go up, you take a look, and the breach is very wide. It doesn't extend all the way to the ground. You would have to kind of climb up a little bit to get to where the breach is. It looks like there may have been like some ladders used to get up to that level, but it definitely looks like it's a way into the courtyard because it's so large and almost in some ways cleared. So some individuals had to like go in through it at some point. This is probably where the castle fell. But if you take some time, like it would take you probably about 20 minutes to carefully, like slowly kind of pick your way up through there. It's not like sheer. There's just a lot of there's a lot of ledges and stuff. You can get up to the breach and through it, and you can see this definitely was a thick wall, like thick enough that there was battle, like there was actually like levels in here that like soldiers could have manned to fire through, like little forget the name of those on a castle. It's not portcullis, yeah, but it's not crenellations.
Murder
either.
holes.
Yeah, essentially, man, like murder holes inside the wall and then fire down on there. So it the wall was fairly thick, but you can see the courtyard ahead.
Can we see anywhere where there might be a roof?
I think there's plenty of roofs. Like, would you like to like see the map of it just so you can get a feel, or I can just continue to describe it if that would be preferable.
Shall I describe it to you, or shall I find you a box?
What is it with you and Lord of the Rings today?
Same film as well. That was both two towers.
I can't.
Yeah, I'll just bring up the.
Can't do the sharing.
It's machinations, I think is the word you're looking for.
See on stream.
Yeah, you can just be able to see it.
Can't do
What are we looking for?
done everything.
What are the words? Oh no, it's
The
this
word for
map.
murder hole. Yep.
I'd have to read all the cameras again.
Oh, I'm blind. I don't see anything.
I remember this map from the trailer.
Oh yeah. I voiced this map.
But yeah, you can see there are a lot of roofs here and there, but definitely most structures don't have a full roof. But it does have a fairly clear central courtyard as you look through it.
Man, this red lighting makes me feel like I'm in a nightclub.
Is that what a nightclub is for you? Drakel?
Apparently.
I haven't been in one for years, so I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I'm guessing the breach is on the south side, according to the to the compass, right? Is that south side?
I'll just
Yeah,
ask
I see here.
the young teeny bopper of the group, Midge.
Do I look like I go clubbing?
Not recently.
Looks like they just added that. I can actually change the cardinal direction. So this was actually the proper.
Oh, so it's the west side. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So, like, I suppose Jeska's going to climb in. Going to take a look around, see if she can find anything, or see if she spots anything dangerous. She's not looking for things to loot. She's looking for danger.
Oh yeah, plenty of these structures look dangerous. Like they're barely they're barely standing, some of the structures. But if you're looking like at the central keep, looks to be sturdy enough. The roof has caved in long ago, so there's not a lot to really continue to fall in it. The kind of the two large watchtowers that are still standing one of them looks a lot worse than the other one in terms of like structural integrity, but the other one looks to be almost kind of intact. And seems to have many levels and like from what you can see, like chambers in it. So that might be a place that would be relatively dry.
We just need to spread a tarp, across. I think it'll be more sheltered than outside anyway.
Agreed. Well, let's go check this whole place before we go back. We don't want anyone to come in here and all of a sudden we discover there's something living in one of these buildings.
Fair, and then we can drop a rope to help people climb up a little bit as well.
That's true. Well, Newton could probably just step up, but you know.
I wasn't thinking Newton. He doesn't help others. Why should we help him?
That's a good point.
About building character, that's all.
You're not there. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, if you spend an hour just combing through it, you can get through to most of the structures on the ground level and check through it.
Just gonna check around, make sure there's no like obvious nests or like pens or anything like that, because obviously creatures could get over that pretty easily, I assume.
Yeah, and Ashen has the trap thing, so if there is a trap, they'll just automatically spot it.
Yeah, no, what you find is what you'd probably expect. Just a general normal layout of a kind of defensive structure. The main keep looks like maybe this was a more important structure than you initially thought. There is a throne, like a very mundane kind of like just basic stone kind of throne in it. So this might have been some like local lord or maybe a minor noble's kind of maybe equivalent to like a summer home. This definitely isn't a main holding.
So I have a question, Roach. On the map here, I see a statue to the left and the right of the throne. Do I recognize either of those people from anything because of my upbringing?
Go
Obviously,
ahead.
this isn't local nobles to me, but you know.
Yeah, it's not, but go ahead and make a folklore check.
Folklore. Okay.
-10.
-10? All right. Oh, well, I still rolled a 20. So I think I still made it by... Yeah, so I have a point in it, which you drop it down to 46 again. So yeah, it's 20 versus 46.
Okay. Both of these don't look to have been contemporary nobles, judging by the dress that they're wearing. These were kind of maybe 100 years out of step. Definitely from the Dark Ages of this world. You do recognize the heraldry on one of them. Looks like they might have been a minor noble, like of a larger branch of nobles that once ruled over the princedom, back when it was originally a kingdom. So it was, you don't know the name or anything, but it might have been some sort of like a, you know how like the Karstarks in Game of Thrones
Like
are a branch of
family?
Starks.
Yeah.
And so they have, yeah, so it might have been like, yeah, it looks like it might have been a cadet house of the original kings of the Lynn, which have long since gone away after the after a very kind of tumultuous passing of power, or basically just a civil war that happened about 80 years ago.
As you do.
Yeah. Which eventually culminated in a prince claiming lordship over the area, thus princedom now. But yeah, other than that, the other one doesn't really ring out to you. It's mostly just the heraldry on the shield. Are they both
male-presenting statues?
Neither of them, you're not sure, because they are in armor.
Fair enough.
So it is just two armored figures, older style armor, but they have enclosed helms. Both have shields in front of them. One you can tell is a cadet house of the old kings of the Lynn, and the other one just has a what looks to me like a prancing fox. Yeah, and that's kind of it. All of the what you would assume maybe have been paint that used to be on here is kind of worn away through the weather, so it's just a carved visage.
Yeah, so there's no color. It's just this is what it looks like. Yeah. Jeska does pull out her notebook and write this down when she realizes what she's looking at. So Ashen does see her do that.
And yeah,
Ashen passes no comment.
Is there anything on the corpses or on the skeletons?
They're just
those are statues. They're just statues.
Oh.
They're statues behind the throne. So.
Yeah, flanking the throne. Check here. Okay, cool. The rest of what you see, basic structure definitely went through a siege at some point. You could definitely find a storehouse or a makeshift storehouse that contained provisions that is mostly empty. A couple of barrels are still left with very kind of what would be it'd be rancid like flour or meal, just kind of when you pop the the
top
cover of one of the
office.
barrels. Yeah. Well, actually, rancidness wouldn't necessarily present with a smell. That'd be rotting. Rancid
that's
usually is a taste. Yeah, is a thing. But you can definitely tell this is well past. Yeah, it's well past its prime.
You don't want to eat this.
Yeah. And yeah, and also one note is you don't see any like valuables that you would expect from like a castle that was once a lord's holding. So there's no tapestries, most precious metals that you would assume would have been inlaid someplace. Basically, just anything nice has
Any
been
bowls?
stripped. Yeah, no, there's a kitchen and like what looks to have been at some place where the soldiers on the siege would have eaten, and so there's like random bits of bowls and plates and.
Oh hell
cutlery
yeah!
in
You
there.
said there's no treasures. Oh nice. All right, I'm gonna start grabbing some of those.
So Kluft has followed us in at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that the clutch just shows up.
Yeah, that sounds normal to be honest.
Cool.
Check it out! Look what I
Yeah.
found. I
Yeah.
hold aloft a broken, shattered plate. I
Is it
start
wooden?
I presumed as much.
The plate, that is.
What's
it
it
what?
made out of?
The plate is it made of wood?
Yeah, it's there's a couple that are made of wood, just kind of scattered around. There's no like any ones that have been fancy enough for like metal, or like or anything better than that. You assume they have been like looted at some point or taken initially by the army that sacked this place.
Actually,
Yeah.
I want to ask, what's your fella, the one who's bringing us? What's his name?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Hey Benji, this place is free for all the old looting, yeah?
If you can find anything, yeah. As nobody really owns
Can
it
I?
anymore.
There's some knuckleheads have left a whole heap of treasures here. I start dipping the plate back into my robes or my coats.
All right.
my layers.
All right,
Your
everybody,
layers.
it looks to be clear. Kluft's already in here, so fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Fluff
All
like a
right.
filthy onion.
So many layers.
If I see any skeletons, I'll let you know.
But yeah, you all can head in. It's not too hard to get in. Like I said, it takes you a little bit of time to like carefully pick your way up the little path to the breach. But once you're in, yeah, you just see an old sacked castle that has kind of been left in disrepair. There are a couple of places you could set up camp. Benjamin suggests possibly using the what was probably a blockhouse, which is on the south side wall, kind of like built into the south side wall. It looks to have mostly the roof's caved in, but the second floor is still in place, so it might be a bit drier there. He suggests that.
How about the king's bed? I want to sleep there, like I'm a king. I wanna
Before
sleep
my
at the foot
time.
of the bed. I'll go looking for it.
All right.
Okay.
You go do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for the king's bed so I can lie at the foot of it like a dog.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he starts setting up a place for everybody to stay. Kluft, just go ahead and make an awareness check as you search.
I'm gonna whistle loudly and toss like a rock up and down in my hand. Or no, a plate. I'm gonna spin it up and grab it and just like kind of focus on that as I kind of wander through the castle whistling. I rolled 81, so that's a fail.
It's a fail. Okay, cool. We'll get to that.
Boop-a-doop-boop-boop.
We'll get to that.
The worst
Awesome.
words a DM can say. That.
We'll get to that. And so yeah, you make preparations. If anybody wants to contribute in making preparations for like the campsite to kind of like keep hunker down so you don't suffer any negatives from the environment. I
feel like Ashen might be helpful.
Okay. I will allow you to roll either survival or, in the case of Ashen, tradecraft also works. Actually, no, both of you, tradecraft would also work in terms of like, because both of your professions do involve that.
Cool.
So either one.
I'm going with survival.
Okay.
Nah, it's a 60. Not quite there.
60, but mine gets it.
Okay. Benjamin gets it with a 52.
Good job, Benjamin.
Yeah, he's got pretty decent stats. He's an old dog. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, you get things kind of tied down. Some tarps are laid out. A couple of like old cots from the gatehouse, second floor, brought down to the bottom floor, where it looks like this was probably a galley or some sort. Not a galley, but this is a place where the soldiers would have their meals. So tables are cleared and all that, and so you've got a little place set up that's nice. There is no door to the courtyard here, so it's kind of open, but that's about the only issue with it. It does look like it would be probably not windproof, but definitely it'd be drier in here.
You said there was tables we had to move, right?
Yeah.
Can I take 2 of those tables and lie them down against the door to like block it a little bit?
Oh, kind of like lean them against it so it's not direct.
Yeah, so like
open.
I assume they're like bench tables or something like that, so I can lie them down on their side and use them as like just to block the wind or even, make it harder for anything to get in here.
Yeah, no, you could definitely do that, and not only that, you could then use the other doors that lead into like the interior of the walls. One of them just leads down to the courtyard. So if you still need to get out, that's totally viable to just block that entrance, so it's less like that. So cool.
Keep some of the heat in and whatever is out there out.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. Would they have? Yeah, probably. It's stone. Benjamin thinks better of putting a fire inside of the
that's fair.
of the structure. Does make a fairly decent meal in the courtyard before the rain hits. Gets a fire going and cooks things beforehand. So everything's kind of getting done. While that's all going on, what are the other individuals doing other than Kluft? Because I know what's happening with him.
Nothing.
Just getting cozy.
Yeah,
I'm-
just staying dry.
I'm continuing the writing of my anthropological paper on the Ratkin of the Lynn.
Okay.
So
Cool.
sitting there writing this anthropological paper that I'm going to get published when I get to a major city.
You hope.
No, I'm going to.
Yeah. Spoken like a new author.
Yep.
And what does Drakel do? Same thing, just kind of, well, not writing, but just staying dry, watching everybody get everything ready. Okay, cool, awesome. Are we 2 minutes away from break, or are we a half hour away
We
from break?
are.
2 minutes. Okay, great. That's perfect. Then we can go on break, and I will
Before I find out what happens to me.
after the break.
Oh, the anticipation.
Oh no, cut to commercials.
Oh no.
The antisy.
Patient. King's bed.
So
Wanna lie at the foot of it like a dog. Yep. Let's do
Right.
this.
as one does.
Yep. It's kind of just on the old bucket list, you know? That I keep in my bucket.
You keep in the bucket that's inside of one of your layers.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. So yeah, you start moving through the castle, looking and looking and looking, and you
Whistling loudly. Juggling slits.
whistling loudly. And one of you get a thought. The king's probably going to want to be in the safest place in this castle.
Tallest tower.
Well, both towers are destroyed. So what would be the safest? It'd be underground.
Oh no.
No, the dungeon's where they keep all the ne'er-do-well. King's not gonna live on the underground. It's for the dungeons where the bodies go. Like
Well,
me.
the dungeons do, yes, but you don't see any place
Loiterers.
to sleep on the main floor. Not a kingly suite.
Okay. So you're saying the king could have been a rat person?
Could have been. You have no idea what this king was.
Sure, let's go for it. Let's go
Yeah.
check the dungeon then. Yeah.
Yeah. You head downstairs. You find an entrance and go down. Of this, you find a lot of corridors with a lot of gates and doors, but oddly enough, none of them are locked, from what you can tell. They're all open. You find one that is obviously a torture room.
Classic torture room right there. Oh, this brings back memories.
It's got a wheel. It's got a stretching, one of those bed that stretches you. I forget what the probably like chipper name that
Rack.
they gave it. Yeah, rack.
Rack.
Okay.
Yeah, the rack.
Well, you don't want to be cutting one of these bad boys, let me tell you.
Yeah. There's a couple of stockades here and there.
Yep. Spent plenty of time in the stockades. Yep.
Yeah. You continue going. You find a place where was probably a latrine.
Spent
some
plenty of
point.
time there. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the train. Yeah.
Keep going. And just a lot of various random rooms. You find what looks to be a crypt. Just a long line of statues on either side, or just a line of statues on either side of this little hallway.
I was
They
going
all
to
look
go
like
ahead
they're
and
from
have a
House
look.
Stark.
What was that?
They all look like they're from House Stark.
Who knows? But yeah, you were given a go ahead to loot.
Oh, let's get some looting done then. We might be able to find some finger bones. All right, let's do this.
Okay, cool.
Let's do some looting. I rub my hands together and go, oh, free loot.
All right. So you see the statues, and they're on top of what look to be.
Is there some warning like he who tries to steal from us will be forever cursed? And I can't
you
read,
couldn't
so it
read.
doesn't, I can't. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I
No.
go.
I mean, there's writing on all of these, but
Yeah.
fuck if you know what that means.
Yeah.
It's a lot of scribbles.
Be
here.
good, Duckman. All right, let's do this.
Yep.
I get my
That
crowbar
sounds
out.
right.
Yeah.
All right, again, you go for it. Go ahead and make an
I'm
athletics
sure
check.
glad I've been giving the go ahead to ethically loot this place. All right, I will. So what am I rolling here? What's the stat? Search of some kind? Is there a
It'd be
search?
athletics because you have to get into them before you can start looting them.
Well, that's gonna be tough. I failed. I rolled a 63.
Roll a 63, so you get a crowbar. Well, actually, no, you have a crowbar, so plus 10, I would say, on that.
Okay, like does this feel impossible or does it just feel hard? Because I can just spend a bit of time doing it if it's just hard.
It feels like it's doable. Like these aren't like magically sealed or anything like that. This is like
Yeah,
this is just like it's a thick stone on top that you have
I'll
to
just
kind of
spend
like
it.
shift.
I'll spend a period of time trying to shift. I'm sure eventually I'll roll under my 43. Then.
Okay, if you're gonna do that, then add plus 20 to the roll and just roll it.
Sure.
So that takes you a half hour.
That's a 96.
so yeah, you break your crowbar.
I break the crowbar.
You
It
break
wasn't
the
a
crowbar.
critical fail.
It's true. All right, so you can't get a purchase with the crowbar, so you result to to just like
the crowbar.
trying to push it with the crowbar, like trying to like shift it, but it's a heavy wide stone.
I've got all day, dude. I've got all day. I'll just spend some time and.
All right, go ahead and make another one. Go ahead and make another plus 20 check. Yeah.
I rolled 44 this time. I don't know if that's a crit fail or a crit success. So let me see.
Whatever your athletics is.
That is a crit fail because my brawn is 43.
We have a plus 20.
Oh, then it's a success then. It's a success.
It's critical success. It's critical success. So after like let's say 2 hours. After 2 hours, you finally get some purchase, and at some point you just like start using your body weight on the crowbar to try and shift it, like there, and until finally it starts shifting enough for it, boom, slides down and it makes a little like thud.
Sure. Okay, then I climb up because I'm quite a small person, and I kind of lean over, I poke my nose over the crypt, and I look down. Is there an evil skeleton inside? Does it say get out?
I mean, there's a body.
Ooh.
There's body. It looks like this one's wearing like some sort of like chain mail with like a probably what used to be some sort of tabard. But it's kind of rotted away. It's mostly a skeleton with little bits of like mummified flesh here and there still sticking to the face. There's it's the classic medieval stance where it's got like a sword in its hands and it's kind of like just on its chest.
Is the sword glowing at all?
No, looks nice. It doesn't look like it's not rusted or anything like that.
Any rings or anything like that? Any toe rings?
It's just like you see like you see a few rings on the finger bones.
They got jams on them?
Like two of them are like bands of metal, and one of them looks to have like a tiny embedded stone like on its index finger.
Anything of interest, like a pet femur or anything like that inside?
A pet femur.
Femur,
That's a good femur. That's a very good femur.
I don't know what the customs are here. I'm not from here.
Just a disembodied thigh making like a barking noise as it
It's a big thick bone.
Yeah. It's you look around, you see like there's a lot of dust, so maybe there was some scrolls or parchment in here that have all kind of rotted away.
Scrolls and parchment aren't worse than anything.
Yeah, there's he's just got chainmail on, a rotted tabard, he has a sword in his hands, and 3 rings.
I'll sigh with disappointment because there's nothing like any particularly interesting rocks or anything, and I guess I'll reluctantly take the rings and the sword.
Okay, cool.
Does the skeleton hand reach out to grab me as I try to? I'm keeping an eye on this skeleton as I reach for the.
You grab it, very Abbott and Costello of you.
Yeah, I go.
No, but it's pet femur comes after you with a big,
Yeah. Ah!
The femur starts barking and.
Femurs don't bark.
Go straight towards you.
It starts giving out the noise of like a wildcat. You know.
Of course. Sorry.
Yeah.
And all we see is
uncultured of us.
Kluft coming out going, "It's trying to get me!"
Yeah, no, you go to
I like
pick
the idea that is Kluft just not understanding the spelling difference between femur and feline.
Yeah.
I've only seen it in bone format.
So you look you go, it does take you a little bit of time to get like the fingers off of the sword.
Yeah, I break them loudly without any respect whatsoever.
Yeah, no, you crack the bones.
Yeah.
back.
I said, give it this way.
Yeah, no, you have a good hefted like arming sword that's in fairly good shape.
I throw it in the pile. Sure.
Yeah, you got that. And you have 3 rings, so just
any of them look particularly valuable?
I mean, you kind of polish off like them from the dust that's on there. One of them looks to be like a bronzy gold kind of color band. The other one's like very mirror finished, kind of silvery metal. The other one looks to be a bit more duller, but it does have the gem embedded on it. So it's,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll get a little bit of string and I will hook them all three so it's like a necklace, and I'll put the string, tie the string around my neck.
All right. Put in your inventory. You have one. You have 3 crypt rings and 1 crypt sword.
Ooh. How many more crypts are there in here?
There's 4 in this little area.
Let's do
You've
this.
gone through 1.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go through them all.
What's everybody else doing during this time? It's been a couple hours since you've seen Kluft. Just saying.
Red is definitely remembering a conversation Ashen had with Kluft about grave robbing, but other than that,
To be fair, Kluft did get permission.
This was ethically sourced. This is ethically sourced, like.
She did ask the local. Ethically sourced loot. My God, that's just. Clough should work in PR for the British Museum.
Yeah.
Okay. Newton's gonna take a walk.
All right.
Gonna stretch.
Just a little,
I need to
little bit
stretch
before
my
the-
legs. This hard floor is not doing my spine well.
Do you mind if I join you?
No, come along.
All right.
Um,
Anything particular you wanting to walk to or walk through, or just kind of what do you want to do?
I just want to just walk the halls and test my knowledge. See if I can pick up anything about the lore of this place, like the folklore, the history, the
lore of the
and-
land, Vati Vidya.
well, yeah, it's like Newton is definitely his eyes were opened by the whole rat settlement and like how they'd forgotten their history and that knowledge is such a big ebb and change. So you're gonna make an effort to try and like take in as much academia as he can wherever he is. So he's gonna, I'm gonna go have a look around and get the cogs working, keep the mind healthy.
Okay. Yeah, no, you go walking around a little bit. Throughout the hallways, it's still mostly what I said. It's a lot of debris and kind of broken furniture here and there. A lot of sconces that used to house torches are gone. You can still see their fittings, but the metal's been kind of ripped out. There's oddly enough, it doesn't seem to be like any fire damage. That's the one thing. That's the one type of damage you haven't found in this place. There's no fire damage here. A lot of water damage now, here and there, but there's no fire damage, no burnt or anything like that. A lot of stones here and there. Definitely can tell it's been a long time since this place was cared for, because even in between the stones of what used to maybe like keep them together, like mortar, has gone away. So in some places you can like you have little peepholes outside of the defensive walls, like to the outside, just in terms of like just how much space there is between some of these stones now, as they've worn away from wind and rain.
Do we come across like the Great Hall and just like anything that like any tapestries, anything that's like remaining, any like, even if like I'm not gonna particularly wonder like, oh, if we end up heading towards where Kluft is, that's fine. If we don't, that's also fine. I'm just literally trying to pick up anything I can.
Yeah, no, you do go to the Great Hall where the throne is, having kind of just going around a circuit. You eventually end up there, and it's not like Great Hall is a strong word. Like this definitely wasn't a major, as either wasn't a major lord's residence or it was a secondary holding.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a place for the lord of the castle or the captain of the fort to receive guests. It's a long chamber. It has 4 large pillars kind of connecting, like in a pattern in front. So there's probably like a gallery is probably not the right word, but little like sections to the side that people would like stand or sit in. And the center would be clear. You can tell that from like the broken wood that kind of lines the edges of this chamber. Just make a general awareness check. It's going to be a plus 20 because it's not going to be hard, but just go ahead and roll it.
Me as well.
I needed that
Alright.
plus 20. I got a 60 out of a 65.
Oh god. 100.
Oh, crit fail.
The crittest that fails.
Stone looks interesting to you.
Stone looks interesting to you.
locally sourced.
Can't place that there, my liege.
Yeah. But Newton, you kind of like look around, and you do notice a couple of things that turn this from being a bit more generic into was probably added afterwards, or was giving it a little like finesse of the local lord. Each of the pillars, the majority of the pillar is pretty generic, just basic like smooth pillar, but at the bottoms of them is kind of are carved statuettes of ravens, like raven heads. Like, and they each like point in a general direction, like a cardinal direction of each pillar.
Question.
So there's that.
They all cardinal direction of each pillar. Do they shift at all?
Do they shift? Do you try and move them?
Yeah. Puzzle brain is puzzle. Just want to see if they feel like they turn.
Okay. You know, I build these things expecting you to ignore them at this point. The one you test does shift.
Antiquarian is going tomb raiding. Let's go.
Damn you.
Dagmar, these seem to be. They seem to shift like there feels like there's some mechanism to it, more so than there's just a statuette on the floor.
Oh.
Run and get Jeska and Ashen as well as Drakel. We this could be I was trying to remember everyone's names. It's been a while. We might want to check this out. There could be some things here that people have missed before. Now, are there any marks around these statues that look like around the base of them that look like that's the position that they've been in before? Like any scuffs, anything like that?
They are all subtly different.
Ooh, subtly different. How, Roach? Tell me.
Each raven is subtly different to it, because they're not full. Like it's not a realism kind of raven or whatever. It's like an anthropomorphized kind of raven. It's a raven head with a kind of like a humanoid kind of body. So they got little things about them. One of them, and they all seem to match. Like each one of the pillars has the same 4 on there. One of them has a fur kind of collar around their necks.
Stand by.
Yeah, go ahead, get out your
Stand
books.
by. Red's getting a thing.
Yeah.
A collar.
Someone
One
said
is a fur
puzzle.
collar. Yeah. One is a fur collar. The other one. Another one has a trident across its lap.
Okay, trident across the lap.
Across the lap. One of them has a orb in one hand.
Orb in one hand.
And another one has a hat on it. A kind of like a I'm trying to. You know the kind of standard like Afghan kind of like floppy cap.
Yeah.
That's, I'm not sure the actual name of it, but you know what I'm talking about, where it doesn't really have a shape or form. It's just kind of like it's one of those. It kind of has something similar to that.
Kind of a bit like a skull cap, but bigger.
Yeah, I mean it has like a shape to it.
I
I have to figure it out, but yeah, no, you know what I'm talking about though.
The one with the orb, is it in left or right hand?
It's in its left hand.
Do any of these items match like the wisdoms or anything? Any like depictions of the wisdom? Like, is the one with the orb? Oh gosh, where's my notes on the wisdoms? Like, do any of these match the wisdoms in any way, or is this something else? Like, is there no religious connotation? Is this
Ravens, as far as you know, don't feature as like they're not a feature of the religious kind of iconography.
Okay, is the raven on the house sigil? Because this at all? It's on the statue.
Actually, yes. On the kings of the Lin, their primary the animal that they were known for, but also their sigil that they had on their shield was 3 ravens with wings spread, just in like a line.
Okay. So each pillar has a different raven on it.
No, they all have the same 4 because it's 4 ravens on each pillar. Yeah.
But on each pillar, are they in the same order?
Yeah. Yes, they're all in the same order. Like they're all in the same in terms of like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're all in the same sequence. They all seem to move.
So
And there's 4 columns.
There's 4 columns.
is it going to be a top?
How are the
bottom?
columns
Is it,
arranged?
It's just you can see it on the map. There's
yes, as they all enter, I explain them the room and what's going on.
Yeah. On the north side of the wall, there's that big building on the main floor. Of that big building. There's 4 columns in that great hall chamber. I can mark it if need be. Put the measure
a light in there. It's a little bit dark.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Hold on, I remember how to do that. I remember. Give me a second. Oh, right. I can just do this.
Can someone put a print screen into Discord for me?
Yeah, as soon as there's a light in there, there's like a very... Because the map is like so red and there's dark shadows, even with the walls down, it's like, ah.
No, don't share the screen
don't
because
do
the
that.
cameras go wrong.
Is that better?
Screw up the cameras again, I'll have to kill you.
Benjamin casting a light with his torch.
I realize I'm muted. If you right click on the overlay and click the show video participants on Discord, it will turn that off.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can share the screen for raid. It won't come up on your end either. Let me know once you've done it.
But yeah, so it should be better. There's a little light source in there now.
Cool. Am I on the right map, Roach?
I see. So it's like each pole of them, like north, south, east, and west, is a different raven head, and then the raven heads. So top left should have maybe hat facing down. Top right would be collar, then orb, then trident. So it's like going
Which
down
way
like
does the trident point? Is it to the right or to the left?
It's across on. It goes from right side to left. The point is on the left side, but it's being held in the right hand essentially.
So like trying to face. I'm just trying to think they should. Do we want them all facing the door, the throne, or each other?
Throne. Each of the statues has to change a different amount, correct?
We don't know.
What? We
Well,
don't know. One
According
of them
to
might be in the
Roach,
right
they
place.
all had different amounts of scuffing on the floor.
Mm.
So if they're all facing each other, they'd all have the same amount of scuffing because it'd be 4 points of a square coming to the center.
Good thinking, Drakel.
So, throne first.
Benjamin comes in with his torch, so it's so it matches. But looks at one of the statues, the one with the hat, which apparently is I'm going to butcher this, is a Pakol, Pakol. It's the name of the hat. But goes up and looks at it and goes, "Seen these before. The farm folk that
It's farms.
the farm folk that they or herd sheep in the Folden Ridge, like a Kingdom of Folden. They wear a lot of these. They come down sometimes and trade during the summers."
These all perhaps resemble people that would swear fealty to this local lord in some way. So we've got shepherds, fisherfolk, orb could mean the church, holler hunters of some sort. Either way.
I don't know about that, but the people of the Folden Ridge, they don't swear fealty to anyone in the Lynn.
Maybe they should be facing away from the throne.
If you check the map, you can see where that is situated in relation to where you are. That is the Mandate of the Folden. Mandate of Folden is it's a mountain range that kind of forms a semicircle to the east of the Lynn.
Wait, so Folden's to
Do
the
any-
east. Wait. So that was that. If they're all cardinal points, we match it to compass east, and then so it should be compass east on all of them. And then if the where are we currently on this map? We are there. So compass west is the nearest ocean, so maybe the trident's that way, and then it's a guess between the other two. Do any of these the symbols here match up with any of the other like kingdoms to the north or south or east or anything?
Make a folklore check. Anybody who wishes to try.
Can I get in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Head off.
Got it off, Utari.
T1.
All right, Utari. Have a good one.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Good night.
It's all right.
31. I'll quickly throw a backup camera in there.
That's alright, I've just put the stream camera up, so
Okay.
it's cool. I'll take. If you want to put a backup camera though, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm just logging on for that. I got a
Thanks,
third.
Roach.
Yeah,
I've got
and
folklore as my profession.
Oh, you mean you have folklore as like in your profession? You've bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, then you have a +10 to the base score that's associated with. So you've
Okay.
so So I'm just checking.
I
Folklore
also
is an
have-
intelligence based. So whatever you roll,
Yeah.
it'd be intelligence plus 10 is the target number you're trying to go under.
Okay.
So
I've got 31. I needed a 63. I also have local foreign law as
33.
one of my specialisms.
damn, 30 is like could mean a lot of things. The trident is used by a lot of fishing communities, though not necessarily a lot of the fishing communities like along the western coast.
Okay.
Because they're more the western coast is more known for its there's some animals that they catch, some sea creatures that are mostly only eaten by the lower class folk, but it's like a kind of like a bug, like they call it like a crab or a lobster. You haven't had any, but they're not well liked.
Do you say 33, babe?
That's a critical set.
Oh, that is, yeah. That is true. So I'm pooling everybody's together, but yes, Drakel, you would know that one specifically because also in your homeland, when they fish that kind of stuff, they don't use tridents. They use kind of cages and nets. So they wouldn't use tridents there, but tridents are used in the small sea, which is the one to the north, like the equivalent to the Mediterranean. So that's used there. And the collar matches like a lot of things, but you notice the nearest like cold climate is to the south. The south gets colder when it gets colder. The more south you go. So that would be what you could figure out. And the orb.
Well,
Yeah, I
then
think-
that's only one left. So
Yeah, Drakel would know that the orb is you during your travels. Definitely know that an orb is like a magical thing, like mages practice with it. That could be quite a few places that would indicate, but there are a couple of kingdoms far north across the small sea that are known as like mage holds. So yeah,
So is that 2 of them north?
2 of the north, yes. And while you're thinking of that, Kluft,
Yeah.
you've opened the 4th crypt.
Cool.
This one seems to be of some sort of woman in kind of like long dress. She has a necklace on. That, you know, it's a little bit dusty, but it's in good condition. Do you take it?
Yeah, sure. What I'll do is I will eat a little salt to protect me against ghost possession, and then I will lean down and grab the necklace and I guess remove her dress as well. I'm sure that's probably pretty sick. Could make some cool hats out of that, so I'll take that.
Okay, hold on one second. The dress turns to dust as you start messing around with it. It just like crumbles as parts, as like,
Yeah.
just like yeah, it doesn't work. But
there.
you do get a necklace. So
Yeah.
grand total, you have 2 crypt swords, 5
Sick.
crypt rings.
Yeah.
You have a crypt circlet and a crypt necklace.
Ooh. Oh, I gotta put the circlet on.
Okay.
It's like a little helmet. It's like a little like crown, isn't it? A circlet.
Yeah. It's little. It's yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be like, look at me, I'm the king. I'm just kidding. I know I'll get my head chopped off if I say that for real.
Yeah, no, you get this seemed like this is entirely ethical grave robbing, and it seemed great.
I will. I'll kind of dust myself off and I guess take the necklace and spin it in my finger and whistle heartily as I sort of walk through. There was no food, was there, in any of these? Crypts?
No, nothing you'd call
no heart
food.
tank.
No.
Sad. Okay.
Make a. By the way, just go ahead and make a coordination check for me.
A coordination check. What stat is that?
Agility.
Oh, where the hell's my dice? Let's see. 21.
Awesome. You avoid getting hit in the eye by a bit of the necklace that flies off and kind of prings against one of the walls and falls a little bit behind you.
Oh, wow. Oh, that was close. I'm going to continue spinning it and walk whistling as I go. What was it? Flying off? Was it a gem or?
Oh, you go looking at it, and it's weird. It's like this, it looks like, because the necklace was kind of arrayed like a very medieval-esque necklace, very simple. But the big, like, center part of it, it looks like the whole bottom half of that, like, construction, like, came out, and it's got a, like, thin metal bit that goes out, and a couple of, like, teeth in various different, like, thicknesses and ways out. So it looks like it might be like a key of some sort.
Huh. I wonder if I should eat it. I guess I'll put it back in the necklace.
Right.
Does it like get inserted into the necklace?
Yeah, it just clicks right back in. Yep.
Okay.
It's like a hidden key in the necklace.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna put the necklace on. I guess I'll do a little bit CFR.
All right.
I'll put the circlet on. I've got my necklace. I have my necklace of rings.
2 swords.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing them like that and kind of and put them in my big pile of junk that I kind of carry on my back. In my big backpack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll scurry about now, looking for more stuff like bananas.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
So the rest of the group, how are you wanting to go about this? So you've got things that link into each of those statues that you kind of guessed.
Let's turn them to those directions, and if nothing else happens, I'm gonna go Drakel. If nothing else happens, sit on the throne.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I turned around. Drakel's already sat there.
He's in a James T. Kirk kind of not sitting.
Exactly, yeah,
just
leg up on one side. Just
yeah. Got into it the Riker maneuver way, just kind of like stepped over.
Yeah, and so he points at one of the ravens. There's something on the wing.
All right. So you start moving each of the statues into the corresponding direction. The fur-collared one to the south, the trident one to the north, the one with the glass sphere to the north, and the one with the hat to the east. And Drakel, you actually are sitting on the throne, right? Cool. Cool. Go ahead and make a coordination check for me, Drakel.
Oh no.
It's an agility skill. It's a skill in agility.
And I have a point in that.
All right, then whatever your agility score is, plus 10.
Yeah. Nearly 55, got 54.
Cool. So as the last of the statues goes in place, you hear all the statues click and then sink like a half inch into the pillar slightly, like they just fell into like a groove that just opened. Which Then nothing happens for a little bit. And Drakel, you're kind of just watching from a little ways, and then you feel something in the throne start to give, but you're quick enough to kind of like get your weight off of it and get off to the side when you see the central kind of seat just falls backwards into the main back and reveals a like little storage area that has some items in it.
Runs over.
No one shout for Kluft.
No, this could be a rare find, and we should catalog it for its historical weight.
Absolutely, and also its value.
You could appraise it, yes.
Didn't think there was anything still left out here.
Well, your average looter won't always use their brain, whereas people like us, we are something different.
Don't finish
People-
that sentence for all of our sakes.
Didn't get a word of any of that.
It was mostly Drakel.
Well, I identified that there was a thing. You guys walked past pillars. Right, what is in there, Roach?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Come on, man. What's in the box?
I was just watching that film like last week.
Good film.
Good
It's
film.
really good. It holds up. It honestly does.
Does.
It's because they filmed it as a timeless kind of thing, so it's definitely.
Don't get me
doesn't-
started on the fact that he's got blood all over his hands and everything, and he's managed to cut off a woman's head and put it into a box, get it sent somewhere, get back into a cab without anyone noticing he's covered in blood, get out of the box, go into the police station and stand in front of everyone covered in blood, and then only then, when he's standing in front of the main characters, that they actually go, hang on, that's weird.
Listen, we never
To be
said it was
fair-
particularly logical. We said it was good.
To be fair, the city is kind of based off Chicago, and I can see it.
Chicago. That is Chicago.
And in Chicago, people walk around covered in blood all the time.
Absolutely, it's Chicago.
People see
You
that
know,
and they go,
people-
must be
People are
Wednesday.
dealing with the wind too much to really care about anything else.
That's how the blood got run off his hands because
It's the wind.
Wind.
Okay, so what you see 3 items inside of this little hidden compartment. One, you see a sheathed dagger. 2, you see a small little personal chest. So maybe about like that big, kind of like that. And 3, you see a fairly well preserved little bit of scroll, kind of sealed.
Does the wax seal match the heraldry?
If you look up at it, it doesn't match the Kings of the Lynn. It doesn't have any ravens on it. It looks like a prancing fox.
Ah, interesting.
Those are the 3 items you find inside a little compartment.
Check the compartment for traps, please.
Sure, give me an awareness check.
What if
Oh, you
I
have a thing.
trap
You find no traps. Gotta read that again. It ruins dungeon crawling so much. Yeah, you don't find any traps. So yeah, those are the 3 items inside the compartment. What do you want to do?
Ashen just backs away because they didn't contribute.
The daggers, it look rusted or is it encrusted
No.
or is it?
Everything in here looks in great condition. Like it looks like this was
Hey.
either through like sheer weight of the cap to this compartment or some other means. Like this place was like sealed from the outside elements.
I want to. I'll hand the dagger to Drakel. and also the box. Oh no, Ashen's got the box right for traps, right?
Nope, Ashen didn't
I've
find
checked
any.
the traps. There's nothing there, and then I stepped away.
Okay. Actually, Drakel, you're handy with keyless entry. Want to take a look inside the box? And then I will heat up a knife as to very, very delicately soften the wax seal to open the scroll.
That's clever.
With just so I can, preserve the as much of the wax seal as possible.
Oh, just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Why try and soften the wax? Why not use the hot knife to separate it from where it's attached to the paper?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Oh,
but
sorry.
I don't
Okay,
want it
sorry.
to. I don't want to do it so hot that obviously it's going to burn the paper.
Yeah.
So it's just soften it so it just and I can peel it. 'Cause I
Sorry,
want to keep this
didn't
as
catch that.
No, it's fine. Good for clarification. But yeah, I want to make it as I want to open it as delicately as possible.
Okay. So let's do. Who wants to learn their thing first?
Mage.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you open the seal and get the parchment undone. It's definitely, now that you have it in your hands, it's not parchment. This seems to be made out of oh god, what is it called?
Vellum?
Yeah. Like, so it's it's very good quality as you unscroll it. And what you can see is the writing on the inside is still in good shape. It was written in just regular black ink, and it is in a message that you can read because it is modern, like common Algan. And it looks to be it's an official document. It looks to be a scroll of pedigree.
Oh, interesting. So it's like genealogy.
It seems to be it's validating the line that a house that you get the sense that this house has been newly established when this scroll was made, and it's verifying where they're kind of branching from. So it's house Tarmuth, and their symbol is a prancing fox, and they seem to be a cadet house of a cadet house, is what you can get the sense of.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, we found the name of the house that oh gosh, the name's gone. This is totally in character. Come to me in a minute, Jeska. This identifies the naming of the other house here that you identified from the statue.
I didn't identify anything.
Was it Ashen
Yes.
that looked at the statues earlier?
They only got the
statue-
symbols.
I got the
Only-
symbols, which means that this one happens to be the one on the statue there. But I don't know who the...
Oh, yes, I meant
Obviously
to
there's the-
identify it as in you noticed it.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
And for God, would you mind spelling that for me?
Tarkuth,
Yes, please.
tar, as in like the substance,
Yeah.
and oof, so UFF, Tarkuf.
Thank you.
Let's hope we don't have to get out here in a hurry. Otherwise, we might have to escape from Tarkuf.
Oh, that's terrible.
Uh,
Yeah.
Mikey disconnect.
Valid.
That is totally valid.
Yeah,
Valid.
I had to. I'm sorry. It was.
for what it's worth, I liked it. I liked it.
Thanks, Discourse.
That makes it worse.
Me and Discourse like the strong pun alliance here.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean, is Mikey coming back?
I'm already
His
back.
camera's back. You need to click Discord again to bring his camera back.
Sorry, it was worth it for the bit.
it's the new thing about Discord is that the cameras don't update their
Yay.
stats when you change. Yeah. Yeah, you would know the actual name of the kingdom, the kings of the Lynn. Their house name was Remler, so it's Remler.
Rambler.
Yep. And so yeah, that's what's in the scroll.
Okay.
Who's next? Out of the two other items you have.
I'll take a look at the dagger if unless
What are you looking at?
Well, I can crack into the box if no one else has sort of lock picking.
All right, I'll take the dagger.
All right. Take the dagger. It seems to be made of fairly fine leather. It's definitely a nobleman's dagger, as it also has like fine designs kind of carved into the leather, and it's stained in a way, so it's kind of like an off-red, kind of maroon color leather.
That offers no tactical advantage at all. Okay.
Nope. But you take out the dagger itself, and it's a kind of standard, like Dark Ages, like arming dagger. So it's long, thin. It's made to stab, not slash. Not a rondelle, but more of like a utility kind of dagger that's also used for combat. And yeah, it's got like a lot of gold inlay in the cross guard and down the spine of the dagger. There's no words or anything on it, but this is definitely a very finely made and expensive blade.
Yoink.
All right, you can put down Nobleman's Dagger in your inventory.
Okay.
And the box. Yeah, when you go to open the box, it is locked, so are you going to try and lockpick it?
I will try and lockpick.
Okay.
if not, well, I think Kluft found a key earlier, but they're not here right now.
So -10 to the lockpick check. So that'd be skullduggery.
So it's a straight roll because I've got a skill in skullduggery.
Yeah, then that would be straight roll. I believe for you is like, what is it, 46, 47? Something like that.
Oof! 46, dead on. I'm going to take a picture of that.
Wow. That's a crit success, right?
No.
If you're dead on?
No,
No,
if
it's
it was if it was an opposed, it would.
Oh,
be
if
as
it was
good as you could get.
opposed.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
No, you go ahead and you spend a little bit of time getting the tumblers to turn over before you finally hear a click, and you open the box. It's when you open it, the interior is coins.
Oh.
Useless.
Good
Money.
ones or rubbish ones?
Those crypto ones we were talking about earlier.
They look flashy, but they have no objective value.
Nah. The hell? Who's this printed on the side of them? Was it a dog?
It's just a sheet of paper that's just like this. It's just a.
Yeah.
It's just a
Oh, no,
contract
much
for an
loots.
NFT.
Yeah, it's just it's just a picture with a line going. What the fuck is this?
Such is why much hander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
No, they look. There are monetary. They're money. It is money.
It's cash.
It's cash money.
It is king.
And yeah, so hold on.
It is king cash money.
You find 10 gold coins and 5 silver coins.
Huh.
Keep in mind, 1 gold coin is 240 brass pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
20 silver, I think, right?
Yeah, 20 silver. So you've essentially found what was that? You've essentially found
200 silver and
215 silver.
Yeah.
Equivalent.
Which is good because I got 3 silver to my name.
Is it copper?
No, this you find it was 20 gold coins, 15 silver.
10
That,
gold coins.
10 gold coins. 10 gold coins. Sorry, I was worrying
No, I
backwards
wouldn't
from
want you. I wouldn't want you to do that to yourself.
Yeah. No, you can't have that much money. That gives you too much of an advantage. But yeah,
We just buy a houseboat or something. It'd be sick.
Yeah, and you have a nifty box on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Oh,
Closes box, puts it away.
Nothing in here.
no, Ash, no. There's a lot of money in here.
Jeska leans over. Oh, this is not a bad amount of money.
Some of us aren't from noble stock.
Miss Noble.
Well, to be fair, yeah.
You're just this close
She's
to
like,
defending
yeah,
yourself, but
fair.
no, yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're right. I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Much bigger
Very hard to
recently,
talk.
but a spork, if you would.
What's a spoon?
Your hand when you do this.
Oh yeah, I know what those are.
And to be fair, the one thing you wouldn't know would be a fork, because that wasn't a common thing in the medieval ages. It was you had spoons and knives, and that's kind of it.
I'm sure you've played Knifey Spoony before.
You're sounding more and more Sean Connery.
No, that would be down here.
Ah,
Yes.
Yes.
Yosh money punner.
Surely.
Fuck you and your vocal range.
So Ashen hands everyone 1 gold.
Holy moly, I'm rich.
You're rich.
And
Considering it takes me like 1 silver to live each day, because of my size. That's
You've got one
Except
more
me.
month.
I guess, 'cause I'm not there.
keeps Klufts to one side, and then there's still 3 gold and 5 silver in here. We'll need to find a way to split it. I don't think any of us have necessarily got change.
Benjamin, do you know if there's a bank in the next town or maybe in Sintolo?
I have 20 silver
I have 13.
and now 6 gold.
How much would a houseboat cost?
Money.
Does it cost money? I don't know.
I like to live dangerously.
Look,
Funny
Kluft
enough, the
probably got
rulebook
about
doesn't
19
include
spoons
sections
it,
on
so-
real estate.
I think it has like a patch of land. I think there is actually cost for like land and stuff. You can buy land in this game technically.
Imagine you can.
Unfortunately, this isn't Aces and Eights where there's an entire section about real estate and how that you calculate the cost of that.
Yeah, because it mentions in here like how much it would cost you to buy a patch of land that you could farm on, and it's like less than the amount of gold I currently have.
Yeah, land's cheap.
Yeah. You could buy a.
There aren't rules on real estate. They don't expect you to live that long.
Yeah.
My only concern is Kluft living that close to water.
Like live dangerously. That's what I say.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, there's
I
say
give Benjamin a gold, so he is part of the
Yeah, it's fair.
All right.
I won't
Take-
object to that.
I'm not gonna say no. Take
He
that.
helped.
He did help. Yeah.
No, there's a bank. There's a bank. You don't have to even go all the way to Saint Thilo. The next town we'll be going to is just over the river crossing. It's Lianzing. That's where the Lord will be, and so he has a little some infrastructure built there. So there should be a bank. It won't be a big one, but this isn't necessarily a very large sum.
It's
money.
enough that dude.
Yeah, some merchants can travel with this, so it shouldn't be too hard for them if you absolutely need it.
I just want to change the gold to silver. I don't want us to be fair.
Yep.
Unless we want to keep it to one side as a...
Emergency fund.
We could go out for dinner and tip the waitress really well.
We could.
To make her day or year actually with the gold.
Ego love, and everyone
If
leaves.
I was-
She's just there like,
Why don't we bet it on a
So-
horse?
How much would it? How much would it have been to rebuild the church in Lowhill?
In Lowhill? Let me see, because that would be the cost of like a.
that's
Can
labor
you get
and
through
materials.
one,
That'd be
just
like that would be
one campaign without
labor-
rebuilding something for some poor people who had it burnt down or something?
See, they do actually
Was
have a
that not me?
section on the
Oh, right.
prices.
I don't care.
They do actually have a section. They do have a section on daily wages for various professions. So that would definitely have to be.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, it has daily wages for most professions, so it doesn't have how much it costs to buy land. Oh, shucks.
Well, the thing is that it's like, oh, Roach is like, okay, your characters have like 2 weeks off. You can be like, my character does the profession and makes some money.
So it'd be labor's 3 brass pennies.
That's what
a
I did.
day.
While you. That's what I did while you guys went and frickin' dealt with the tree. I was there doing detective work.
Yeah, and I would love to be able to do that too. Unfortunately, my stuff includes nefarious ways of working, so you know,
Well.
I need to be in somewhere where we have people.
Sounds like your kind of problem, sir.
To rebuild the church, you'd be spending a pretty penny. You'd have to have. Yeah, they'd have to bring in the materials. The labor wouldn't be a problem, but the materials would be. Because like it's 3 brass pennies a laborer. Let's say you have 10 laborers. That's per day, so it's 30 brass pennies a day, which means
One gold covers 240 of that. So that would be
yeah. So 1 gold for every like week.
One,
Essentially.
yeah, it's a gold a week.
Gold a week for just 10 laborers, so you could have that. And the
the materials would be where the cost is because it's
Yeah.
stone. You got to cut.
They
you gotta-
definitely have a section that just has random trade materials. I know that exists on here,
Yeah.
but it's like commodities or something. Yeah, like bolt of wool's 2 silver pieces. Crate of lumber's 2 gold coins.
So they probably have the stone still there from the church, but they need to get the wood.
They need lumber, and they probably still need stone. So yeah, you'd be talking like upwards of, you're talking like 50 or 60 gold pieces to try and get it together, even for something like that. It'd be expensive.
Even for a small church, which is what Lowhill's church
Yeah,
is.
I'm just trying to gauge like economy.
Yeah, no, I get it. Oh no, they do have acres of land. Yeah,
Yeah,
an acre of arable land is 7 silver pieces. An acre of fertile land is 14 silver pieces.
Yep.
Okay.
Should we just become farmers?
No, we don't want to be
No,
landlords.
no,
That's illegal.
no.
Listen, if it ever happened where we became landlords, I'd be like, nah, I'm out. I ain't doing that. That's
Someone
a
starts
crime.
bringing up the concept of land to Kluft. I swear to God, like it'll be a game over for him. Like I.
What do you mean you can purchase places? What?
Okay, for
No, I did. I'm
reference,
not marrying your daughter. I don't think so, buddy.
for reference, a farmstead's 90 gold coins.
Yeah,
For a
so
full
big farm,
farmstead.
so, you know,
Yeah, so I'd say you'd probably be looking at probably the equivalent of like a townhouse or a toll house equivalent, and that's like anywhere between 250 to 500. So yeah, our weight temple's almost 6,000.
oh jeez.
Like, yeah. So yeah, you know, it'd be expensive. Nothing you can possibly pay for right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. But no, we should be able to go to a bank and you can split it however you need to split it when we get there. And you'll probably also have a little bit of a payday from the Lord once I butter him up a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be equivalent to this, but you'll get something.
Honestly, we didn't expect to find this. This is just a nice bonus.
I didn't either. I put this in here as a lark, and I had no idea that you'd even think of, let's turn these random things.
The mad thing is, it was Midge.
Yeah.
what? Why are you surprised?
The funny thing is that I know this is it's a puzzle from Uncharted 1. I remember doing it recently.
I've never played Uncharted. Like ever.
It's a very good puzzle, though. To be fair,
I haven't owned a PlayStation since PlayStation 2.
you can buy it on PC now.
Unless you can get PSP. PSP count?
Never had one of those either. The last mobile console I ever had was a Game Boy Advanced.
Good choice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best.
Should we perhaps find the little scrawny one? It's now been about 5 hours.
You're right, he's been gone for 6 hours.
No, we haven't heard any screaming. He'll be fine.
So if there was this hidden compartment, what's to say they haven't fallen through another?
I'm more worried that he fell somewhere. He can't get up. He carries so much on his back all the time.
I'm like a snail.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up, says Kluft, carrying like a turtle upside down.
You'll find like a pile of trash somewhere and I'll
start slithering.
slowly moving forward.
Yeah. That's when you just set it on fire, just
I'm getting in my head, we
get
get
my
to a
home.
city or something like that, and Clough kind of like just sits down, and then some people come along. Oh God, leaving trash everywhere. Hey, leave my friend alone.
I am that trash.
Kluft may
missed
be
the
trash,
treasure.
but he's our trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, after a bit, if you go checking, like at this point, I'd say Clough's probably worked his way back up into one of the corridors in the walls. You've kind of gone through and
It was getting breakfast.
yeah, you find him. He's got he's definitely has a necklace of
Ears.
rings, a noble woman's necklace, a circlet, and I don't know if you could see the two swords, but definitely has somewhere on him. So yeah, you see that.
Yeah.
Where do you go find him?
Hey, gang! Look what I found. I'm a king now.
Where
Just
did
kidding.
you
Don't
get
cut my head off.
those?
Oh, I ethically sourced them from a nearby coffin.
Now.
To be
It's
fair,
not looting. Clough just
To be
broke
fair-
in and swiped what she wanted, or what he wanted. Sorry.
Nobody owns this place anymore.
Exactly.
And-
Presumably, I've been cursed in some way.
And
Don't worry,
maybe
I'm just gonna out of my jacket, out of the bandolier I've got. I'm just gonna pull some of the holy water, pass one to Ashen.
Oh, don't worry. I add some salt.
I'm the crypt's downstairs, yeah?
Yeah, they're beside the torture place. You got the rack, you got all your classics, your stocks. No Iron Maiden though.
Well, they
It's a bit
wouldn't
of a
do right now for a
Oh,
rack.
damn! No, 2 minutes to midnight.
Ah.
No, bring your daughter to the slaughter.
Oh, have you been? I look at
On to Lowhill.
look at Jeska.
I'd love to be in one right now.
Oh yeah, to be honest, I quite like the rack. If I had to go for one, it makes me feel tall sometimes. You always come out and you get a little bit of a height.
At cross purposes. Kluft, we found something important, and
Oh.
I take out his gold coin. Do you want me to hang on to this? Is this for you?
Wow. Congratulations on the gold. Well done. What are you going to spend it on?
jangles
This is
with
yours.
nobles rings.
This belongs
Oh,
to you.
No, it's okay. I don't like gold.
Anything there's any of the things that Kluft's wearing gold?
Yeah, a couple. Like, yeah, there's at least 2 rings that are gold. Yeah.
Anything that Kluft's wearing looks like it matches the heraldry anywhere.
Uh,
I found a dress, but it
I'll scrutinize if you
fell
want
away
me
in
to
my
scrutinize.
hand.
yeah, scrutinize. I'm just gonna check my notes on the necklace.
Tell you what, Kluft. Would you like a new pair of boots when we get to a shop?
I needed a 65. I got a 6.
Okay. So the necklace has a couple of like large flat kind of gems on like every other panel, and there's 7 panels. So there's 1 central one, 2 without them, 2 with, 2 without. So there's 3 gems in there. They're both like a dark kind of navy blue kind of gems. You're not exactly sure specifically what they are, without being able to, like, you're not a jeweler, so you'd probably need to get that appraised. It's like it's a silvery metal that it's made out of, with like kind of like carved intricate designs. And like oddly enough, a small section is a little bit more tarnished than the other ones, just below the main gem, and that one has a like raven kind of with spread wings like across its face. It's just like that little section that we know out of character is the section that pops out as a key, but is currently stored.
I haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah.
No thanks for the new boots. I've already got a pair. I gestured down to my single boot I'm wearing.
Can I have a look at the necklace that you're holding?
Oh, sure. You can keep it if you want. I only want part, and then I like untake out the key and I pass the rest of the necklace.
What did you just do to that? That's such a key.
Yeah, look at this thing. Isn't it weird? I've got to keep this bit, I
Hang on,
think.
I might have a thing for that.
I go to like eat it.
No, don't keep it out of the mouth.
Take the money.
I was gonna
like
eat
a
it
husky.
Yeah.
Like a husky. What have you got in your mouth? What have you got in your mouth?
What have you got there? A knife. No.
I take the rest of the money out of the chest, apart from 2 silver. Scoop it out. I think that fits in here.
Does it look like it fits in the chest?
It's possible. It looks like a key.
I'm gonna just you can have it back. Give it to Ashen.
Okay.
Does it fit the lock at the top?
Yeah, you put it into the lock, and then you twist it, and it. Funny enough, it only goes like a quarter way before it opens the lid.
That's disappointing. Before
Well,
it was a
this means
mystery,
that
now
you've
it's
got
been
a
solved.
safe box to keep all your precious things in.
Think of all the buttons you could put in here.
I didn't think of the buttons. I started rooting around in my
Mind
pockets.
blown.
Yeah, I kind of take out one of the rings and kind of drop around as I buttons, and I
I'm gonna put 1 sewing thimble in there as well.
yeah. Don't get them mixed up. Hold on. Yeah, I carefully set yours to the side so it doesn't get mixed up with my things, and I put a couple of buttons.
I don't know. That was a gift. But I like. Okay. Yeah.
Jeska picks up the ring you dropped at some point and looks at it.
It has a
Yeah, it's
giant
like a-
gemstone inside.
No, like only 2 of them have any gemstones on them, and they're not huge. The rest of them are just bands of metal, like
Do
metal
they have
bands.
anything written inside them? Should check.
No. 2 of them look like they might have, but the metal is worn away from constant wear, and the other one is bare and doesn't look like it had any in there.
Sure. She'll just pocket them.
Right, I'm gonna go say some prayers for the dead just in case. I'll see you all soon.
I'll come down too. I want to.
Kluft, can I
these
see those
people are remembered.
swords? Kluft? And she like waves her hand in front of his face while he's doing something.
Yes.
Can I see those swords?
Do you want them?
I just want to see if they're any good.
Well, I took them from a crypt. I think they're going to be very good.
Yeah, it's debatable. We'll see how long.
Almost hundreds
well
of
the
years
metal has
old.
lasted.
They're probably magic and everything.
I mean, if they are, don't tell Newton. He might jump out of his skin.
Oh, why? Is he prophesied to die by the hand of a magical blade?
No, he just doesn't like magic.
Oh.
Oh,
well, I
I'm
mean-
prophesied to die at the hands of standing stones and fairy rings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
they'll
like,
get ya.
Jessica doesn't believe in the whole prophecy
Get
thing,
ya.
so she's just like he just doesn't like magic.
Yeah.
He's also not there to rebuttal, so
Well, who likes magic?
I don't mind
It
it.
turns you into newts. Gets you all sorts of business nastiness. I will hand over a sword. Yeah. You
She
can keep
takes
that
it
one
out
if you
and
want. I've got
tests
another
it.
one. It's exactly the. I've already got it in my collection.
Yeah, she just like steps away so that way she doesn't have to worry about hitting anyone. But she tests it's a hand and a half sword. You said, or an arming sword.
Yeah, they're arming swords. Both of them are arming
She
swords.
just
They're not.
gives it a try, see what that's like.
Yeah, no, it's an older style, so it's definitely a different. It's a kind of a different like weight. That's not as like modern style swords have a much sharper point to them.
Wouldn't be what I would have
Uh,
trained with, essentially.
This one's more of like a early medieval. If we're talking like our own experience, like an early medieval sword, in the sense that it's more of a rounded point. Like there's still a
More for
point to stab
slashing.
with, but it's more. But it's a bit more rounded. It's not like a standard plate exists like long sword, which is made for piercing plate. It's more
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a bit, but I mean it's functional. Like,
And I can use it because it's a martial weapon.
Yeah,
so-
there's two of those.
The Kluft's keeping the other one, so
So yeah, if you'd like to keep it, you can put it in your inventory as an arming sword and just have the
I'll remove mine.
stats of a
of an arming sword.
of an arming sword. That is an actual sword in the game, right?
I'm
As
pretty
if
sure
I'll
it is.
just circle it if anybody wants it. I was joking about being a king earlier, in case I get my head chopped off. Does anyone want to be a king or a
I'm not there.
mayor?
Or a queen.
We're not there. So Drakel, are you interested in taking the gemmed circlet off of Kluft?
Jessica does comment about queen. She does say, "Oh, look at the queen. Don't forget the queen."
I suppose. Nobody cuts the heads off queens, though. They just send them in the exile into French land.
Pardon me.
No one tell Clough about the French Revolution.
Do you want it or no? Shall I just throw it away? Okay, I'll take it off my head and I'll kind of chuck it absentmindedly and move on. It'll clatter with a noise and I'll leave it.
She'll just pick. Jessica's like, "Where the just pick the fucking?" She'll just take
I
it.
mean,
She doesn't care at that point.
it's,
there's no point
it's
in
a
letting it go
circlet,
to
so,
waste.
it's probably going to get nabbed up and stuff in a box because we can sell that down the line for ridiculous sums of money because all you've got to do is fake the history of it.
Well, you guys can sell this stuff if you want, but I'm not selling. It's way too valuable for that. It's gonna
Not so
sit in my
much
collection
sell,
until I
more
die.
Use to gain entry to somewhere or something that is more valuable than said piece of jewelry.
Fair.
Okay, Roach. I'm just looking at the martial melee weapons here in the main book.
Yeah, there is no arming sword.
Would it be a quartz sword?
Yeah, probably. That makes the most sense to me in terms of its fun. Like,
What's on to like a rapier though?
yeah, that
I'll check
doesn't
and see
really-
if it's in the other book.
Honestly, it probably would just be a mortuary sword. Would be the best equivalent in terms of the current game.
I mean, I wouldn't take it then because I already have one.
Does it count as a one-handed, two-handed weapon?
Mortuary swords or not?
No, it wouldn't. It would be like
Because like
said,
I
it's
I
like an
get attack
early-
bonuses on doing those, which even if I wasn't trained in the weapon, I might offset that.
Yeah, but the problem is with the martial
Okay,
weapons,
so in
you need the training, otherwise you've got to flip the dice.
yeah,
But I'm feeling lucky.
damn it.
That's fair.
There's a backsword in the Mein Gosh book. It's finesse light for a vicious bladed, one-handed.
Yeah, no, the backsword's the closest in terms of just how it's actually. Yeah, it'd be the backsword, or it'd be the. This is like literally rotated, like to the side to read it. One of them kind of looks like a Norman sword. I'm just trying to figure out which one that is supposed to be.
It might be the bastard sword.
The cat's bulgar, cat. Fuck that word.
Fuck that word. Oh, the cat's Balgir. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's defensive and weak, which meh.
Yeah, it's because that's kind of the closest thing. It's like it looks basically what I'd imagine it is. It's like if you go up to the picture of it, it's in the bottom right hand corner of that picture of swords next to the cane.
Yeah.
That's kind of the style that it is. Yeah. So there you go. So there you go. Oh wow, they have the Bullock dagger in in this supplement book.
They do.
And a Rondell dagger. I should really look at this book more.
Yeah, because there's a hunting sword there as well in the simple melee weapons, which is possibly what it could be.
So, what else does anybody want to do with the night? After all this excitement, the storm has rolled in, so it is starting to rain, and the wind has picked up.
Oh, that's scary as hell. I'm gonna be frightened, and I'm gonna hide in my trash.
Yeah, definitely scary because of the holes in the wall. So the wind kind of whistles through the castle.
Like I say, I'm just gonna say some prayers for the dead because Kluft rubbed them blind, and then sort of tuck in because the wind doesn't bother me.
They were missing their eyes already.
I'm just gonna like make notes of any like names etc. I can find on tombs and dates. I'm cataloging the history of this place.
Okay. I'll remind me, and I'll just send you those.
Sure.
During the week. But yeah, so same watches as last time.
Yep.
Okay, first watch is going to be Ashen and Kluft.
$23.
7.
Okay. Ooh, wow. It's hard to to really see or hear anything with the storm as it is, but the Great Hall is kept relatively dry by the improvements you made temporarily. The castle seems to be holding up fairly well. The storm probably's got a little bit more in it. Like it'll probably still be going by the morning before it kind of blows all the steam that it has. But you don't see anything or hear anything out of the ordinary throughout the night of your watch. Second watch would be, who was it? It was Jeska?
Yes.
So,
No, I think it was Jeska. No, it was Brain, Dagmar. But
for
he's not
second
here.
watch?
So yeah, I'll do it now since he's not here.
Yeah. Go ahead, and then Benjamin will take the last one.
Oh, that's 33. So critical success.
Okay.
Slaps microphone for good luck.
Okay. It's basically the same thing. The storm's still going pretty strong as you go out through your watch. A very odd experience being in a broken down kind of abandoned castle but it's also like almost pitch black, as there's no real way to keep a torch going too much inside of the building. With the wind is still very much getting in, so but you don't hear anything past the the wind that tips you off to anything. And Benjamin has the last watch. Okay. Okay. You all wake up in the morning. A wind persists slightly, but the rain has mostly stopped. Is that kind of post-storm drizzle? That it's that really relaxing post-storm drizzle. It just kind of rolls through in the morning.
The gentle misty rain.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly, but looks like. But you're all relatively dry. Like, you know, nothing. No real leaks throughout the night. It's mostly just what was ever carried on the wind through the walls to you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I was worried about the castle owner showing up in the night with a mask on, trying to scare us out of here.
Pretty sure you robbed him last night, so you know.
No, I was given permission. I gestured to your man.
Benjamin's like,
Yeah, Benji.
I suppose I should think about how I phrase things.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're still trying to work out Kluft logic ourselves.
I don't think we ever really will work it out, to be honest.
All right. Well, let's get everything wrapped up here, and we'll head out. We've got about we double timed it yesterday. Should be able to make it to the Torrings before nightfall. Then we'll only be a little short distance from the crossing, and we can get into town.
What's the Torrings?
The Torrings is the river we're going to be crossing.
River.
Yep. If you want to keep going, if you want to get someplace, you have to cross the river.
There a boat or a raft?
Ah, there's a bridge.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It's a well-maintained
Has it ever
road. Not that I know of. Feet of stone.
It's just I was recently probably cursed, so I'm a little worried about rivers right now.
Understandable.
Plus side, a vampire won't be able to catch us.
All right. So, sure. Let's head out. And so, yeah, the last leg of the trip, as you exit the castle, through the breach that you came in on, still the actual. Funny enough, the castle, the gates were never broken. It's still holding firm. The rest of it, not so much. Somewhat poetic in that.
On the way out, can I ask Jeska whether she knows whether it was magic or a really big fucking cannon that did the damage in the wall?
Well, I'm not seeing any major singe marks. They tend to last for a while on stone like this, but it's been a while.
It could also be catapult. Like, it could be trebuchet.
Could have been a catapult too, yeah. But obviously we can't see any big boulder. But that probably ended up getting moved mid. So, if I had to take a guess,
Could have been a giant.
I mean, it could have been a giant.
Could have been a giant. Don't aggro giants. They pick you up, put you in the pocket.
It could have been. It could have been Newton.
I'm gonna pick up Kluft and put him in the hammock.
Ah!
Gone.
Like a toddler being put down. No! No!
No, I don't want to go. Sorry. So Jeska's going to think on that. Can I make a warfare roll?
Sure.
Thank you. Boop. Oh, that's an 11. So that's a critical success.
Oh, cool. Siege engines definitely brought down this wall. But it wasn't a cannon, and it could be one of two things. It could have been some sort of catapult or trebuchet, but that would lead you to think there should be some stones here that probably wouldn't have been able to be easily moved within a castle after it'd been broken down, and there would be no reason to retrieve them.
Yeah.
Or scorpions.
Oh yeah, yeah. Massive
Let me
ballista,
fire the-
essentially. Well, looking at the impact shape, it's probably one of two things. What do they call them in common tongue? Scorpions, I think, are the best translation. Giant ballista shoot massive, usually metal-tipped arrows that like can go through stone. It would explain why there's no massive boulder left around here. That's just there, or there's just the fact it could be a catapult, but there's no very obvious boulder left around for that one.
Not magic, then. Not
magic.
likely.
Definitely not magic.
I'm just thinking of those things we both found.
No, magic has a certain way about it when it comes to warfare. You would know.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
in a way.
me too.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know scorpions could do that. Very clever.
Well, they're not actually scorpions. They're just called that.
Huh.
I don't know why, but it's the best translation I can come to.
Because they live in the desert.
No, they don't. You know what? I'm not going to explain this.
Because of the barbing on the arrowhead. No, okay.
I was gonna say, why do they call them scorpions? They don't have a tail, but it's
it was the shape of the arrowhead.
Yeah.
The fact that it normally was attached to a very strong rope that you could then, once it launched through the wall, at
Attract.
a weak point, you could pull on the rope and pull the bricks out around it.
All right.
Are deserts real?
Yes.
Drakel, are deserts real?
No, they're a figment of everyone's imagination.
Drakel,
If you
I
see
always
one, it's a
sort of
collective
thought about it.
hallucination. You should ignore it and go back towards the water.
There wouldn't be a
Just
way to
thinking.
get all that sand in one place.
Exactly, yeah.
unless you've traveled pretty far, Drakel, you've actually never been to a desert. Your homeland doesn't have them. at all. So feel as insulted as you want to be.
You know
being
that I go
stereotyped.
wherever the job takes me.
Yeah.
Goes where the money brings them.
Let's just say out of the continents, like out of the continent you're currently on and the continent that you're from, there are no deserts on either of those. There is.
Are there any
But you know
cold
of.
deserts or anything like that? No, nothing at all. Like there's no just cold
Are there
deserts,
any-
like just massive amounts of sand on a beach or anything like that people would.
No,
classify
nothing like
modern
that.
life.
The closest you could find is there's a tundra between between like his homeland and this area.
Is
Like,
that
there's
where Hal mentioned that there was like the seals that he wanted to visit at some point before he died?
yeah, close, somewhat close to there. Yeah, on the like a southern coast of that area. I did share at one point like a world map.
I've seen it. I've seen some of it.
Yeah. No, the continent Erosia, which is part of this continent, and the other one, which is Ethrona, is the other half of this continent. There are no deserts on there, but northern Tarax, there are deserts along the coast and stuff like that. It's a very warm place. So yeah, there's some
Sure
like
there is.
there's some
Sure there is.
Spanish like Iberian Peninsula kind of places to the north, but not true deserts. So yeah, and there. So yeah, could be myth. We don't know.
Very likely myth.
Yeah, probably. Where'd you get all that sand at?
I don't like sand anyway.
No,
It's irritating, it's coarse, and it gets
No.
everywhere.
no.
do it to annoy.
Listen, you didn't reprimand
Don't-
Mage for that escape from Tarkov quote. You don't get to reprimand Rival for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
don't
bud.
make me. 'Cause
Appreciate that, son. That time you stood up for your
just-
father.
I'll just white noise this place if I hear another Star Wars quote from Anakin. God damn it.
You are my brother, Anakin. I love
You
you.
underestimate my power.
I've got the high ground. I've got the high ground. You can't
And then
win.
my friend is truly dead.
So,
Only if Sith deals on absolutes.
so you begin your journey for the day. And since you're making, if you're making normal progress with the progress that you made yesterday culminating, it gets about like late, I'd say probably around like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you reach kind of the edge of the forest, and it starts to dissipate into like grassland in front of you. The road is getting much better kept the further away from the forest you get, until at some point you actually like step from kind of the dirt path that's progressively getting better and better kept to just a paved road. Like it just starts to be paved.
Looks like we're coming to civilization.
Oh, I suppose so.
Funny enough, gives you an odd traveling
You
sound
find
to you
civilization.
now.
Because you
Compared to
have
what you
one
were-
person with hooves.
Yeah, but also you have one person who has a wooden foot, so it goes from
Clonk.
it goes from
Clop, clop,
it goes from
clonk,
regular
clop,
yeah, it goes from regular sounds to just like hitting
And
on
you have
stone.
one person who is 720 pounds.
Boom, boom, boom.
The circus has come to town, everybody!
And then there's Kluft, who's just noise.
Raise the gates.
Well, yeah, Kluft is just like, I'm a one-man band rolling down the wall.
I think Kluft's actual, you know, one of those people that have all the musical instruments stand in the street and they like, yeah, I think that's
Did anyone
like
ever
the
play any of
dream.
them?
you know?
Has anyone seen, like, anyone played the Monster Hunter franchise of games?
I have played Monster Hunter Online.
I
Do
was
you know
gonna
the, like,
play
little
Monster Hunter,
old
but my
the little old women with, like, the massive sacks on their back? Kluft's one of
Yeah.
them.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he. Well, how I imagine them was if you've ever seen Labyrinth. There's these like creatures that have like loads of. They live in a dump and they have loads of trash on their back. That's kind of what.
So
built in him.
Fluffed is a pack rat from Vermintide 2, and that's the only answer to that question.
That is a very good answer. Yes, that is a very good answer.
very good answer. Yeah. Can't wait for Darktide. It's coming.
neither.
The
9
the
days.
beta's coming.
9 days.
Well, no,
There's
there's a
actually-
beta that's early because if you pre-ordered, I think it's the 17th or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
no,
that is
it's
9
like,
days. That is 9
Yeah.
days. 17 is 9
yeah,
days.
it's 9
That's
to the
9 days.
beta.
That's what he's
Yeah, I don't
excited
know.
about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although I did see that there was a Vermintide 2 DLC.
Yes,
Some of that to see.
because of the fact that there were 7 years of Vermintide.
Game? Dice game.
Dice game. Yeah, you're right. You should upload. You don't get to use that. That's not.
Yeah.
so yeah, as you continue on this this path, you eventually do come to what you can see in the slight distance, a river. About in terms of like size and speed, pretty close to the Red Pike, which you crossed in a climactic fashion when you started this adventure. But unlike the Red Pike, you see a well-maintained, large bridge, stone bridge, spanning the river, the breadth of the river. It's like large enough that there's like 2 support struts in the center of the river, so it goes for a ways. But yeah, you also see a few individuals in some sort of uniform, like near the bridge, or actually like on the bridge, who are just kind of standing there as you approach.
Hello.
Benjamin, do you know if there's a toll?
Yes. Yeah, there's a toll. I forgot. Let
Ugh.
me just double check.
I hope they'll
Yes.
accept all these magical rigs for as payment.
It's all right.
We-
I've
we-
got yours, Kluft.
I was gonna say we did just find a small parcel of coins if it comes to it.
I've got.
I might be able to cover it. How many we got here? Me, little one, big one, another little one, big one.
Oh,
big
why
one.
cost more?
So it's
You gotta pay double. You gotta pay double for the ogre.
it's that's 7, right? I'm miscounting that. 7, yeah, 7. Because Utari's not here, so I'm trying to. So I'm actually trying to remember.
and he's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
including
7.
himself. So yeah, 7.
Yeah, yeah, be 7. Yeah, no, it's 7. Should be. We'll see. As he kind of walks forward, and, step, clunk, step, clunk, step, clunk, as he goes down the cobblestones. Yeah, you get closer until you're finally on the bridge, and you're met midway by some men in uniforms. Look to be probably like town guard of some sort, kind of
So they're
equivalent.
not like school kids.
Nope.
No, they don't look like. No, they don't have a lot of spikes on them or human skulls hanging from their belts or anything like that. So they seem to be okay.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
They don't look like bandits. It looks like an official toll. Before one of them kind of like raises his hand and goes over.
Hello.
Gotta pay. Hello. You gotta pay the road toll to cross the bridge.
How safe is the bridge?
How much, sir?
Well, for all you normal ones, it's one brass penny. Big one here's 2.
Well, I've never been described as normal
I
before.
pay
Thank you.
Over 8 brass. Well, actually, I pay a silver and get change.
Hold on.
Do they have change?
He takes a silver. Thank you for the
Actually,
generosity.
I do actually have 8 brass, so I give him 8 brass.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah, you don't get to not say give you change. He's not one of those people. He's not one of those old timey ticket masters that just has the coin thing on his belt. And then
Yeah,
he
just
like, dispense coin.
Here you go.
I haven't thought about that in fucking decades. Those don't exist anymore.
They do. They do.
They do. God, I haven't
Mostly
seen them.
mostly in arcades and in fairs. I've seen them.
I'd say yeah, it'd have to be like a cash only event and like that have to exist. But yeah, takes the rest pennies and they step aside. There's 3 of them here. They seem to be pretty relaxed. They're not like on guard. They're just here to collect a toll. Pretty lackluster assignment. All right, enjoy the bridge.
Is it good? Is it a good one?
It's a bridge,
But is it
and
a
these
good one?
tolls go to paying for its maintenance.
Is it well maintained?
Sure.
Oh no, I'm looking at it. Is it?
Oh, yeah. It looks like a bridge.
Bridge?
yeah.
I will cautiously place a foot on the bridge. Stop as if look, my hands
Make
outstretched.
a coordination check. No, never mind. You're fine.
I just walked across the bridge now that thank you for paying the toll, Ashen.
Yep. As you cross, it's just
Is it
like
like
you
the Seven
cross
Bridge
and-
where they're constantly painting it all year?
Maybe.
making it.
Look over the side, there's people going.
But yeah, no, you cross and now you're on the opposite side and you can see just kind of on the horizon the outline of a fairly moderately sized settlement, kind of like built up, what you're led to believe from what Benjamin said would be Lianzing. And you can also see all the farms kind of extending out from it for at least a few miles. So you're probably about an hour or 2 away from like the actual village limit. But civilization, and it looks to be bustling
Another
too. You see a lot of
fucking village.
it's like a moderate-sized village. Like if
You
if,
said
if,
village.
Well, if Lowhill is more of like a, well, it'd be bigger than a thorp, be like a hamlet equivalent. Like it'd probably be like a hamlet. Leonzing is like just on the edge of. It has a full church.
Is Lowhill's
and-
sister village called Horatio? Sorry, that's a Hamlet joke. I'll move on.
You're not the right audience, not the right crowd.
No. That's
Bit of a too low
Mystery
class for
coming
that
out
kinda-
and being like, "Hey, no."
Honestly, Midge should have got it.
yeah, I think he did.
I
I
did,
just
know.
think he didn't think it was funny.
I groaned. You heard that,
Yeah.
right?
No, we didn't hear the
I
groan.
didn't hear the groan.
I didn't hear the groan. No. Well, you
I'm
let
gonna
us
go bed,
down.
guys.
Oh. It was
So, yeah, and as you move down from the bridge and start on your way towards the village, ultimately to try and get the payment, a reward for what you did, as well as maybe securing some actual transport and finishing off, kind of capping off all the stuff you did for Lowhill. Let's end it for today, as we're like 2 minutes away from the end of the session, anyways. That flew by actually. I didn't think it was.
Thank you everybody for watching, and we will be back next week with more of this. All we've got left to do tonight is to thank the wonderful people here. We have the wonderful Discourse Miniatures, Surelyonlymikey. UtariOnzo has already gone, but he was around. We have the excellent Rival Zone Gaming, who is also stream controller tonight, so double thanks to him. Red Moogle. We have our fantastic GM, Commissar Roach. I'm Midgeman. This has been the Component Cast, and you've been watching Zweihander, the Great Schism. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.